And good evening and welcome. It's time for high school football Texas style. We're in the Rio Grande Valley. We are in Edinburg, Texas, and it is a 32-6A showdown at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Home team is the Edinburg North Cougars. They're 2-4 overall, 0-1 in district play. They host the Weslaco Panthers, 4-2 overall, 1-0 in the district. And it is Roy Stroman, head coach of the Panthers, been around for 6 years with the team, and Damian Gonzalez, 7-year coach of the Cougars. I'm Scott Harrison, and joining me tonight, my buddy and my analyst, here's Football Fred.
Don't get scared. It's just a party lights day. Have him here, too. Who doesn't have a fantastic night for football? If you're making your way over here, you're late. If you're here now, well, great. It's going to be a fun one here, a big matchup. Hey, you know, this game has a lot of meaning, and as we get into the game, we'll really find out why it's so important, what Weslaco has to do to win, what Edinburg North has to do to win. Should be a fun one here from Richard R. Flores Stadium.
This is a KWES production. It's live on YouTube, and Weslaco won the toss as they normally do. Yeah. They deferred, and so it will be the home team, the Cougars, taking the ball. Of course, they lost last week against Academides, and that was 31-7 in their first district game. Weslaco, meanwhile, they won their first district game, and they did a good job, of course, always starting out quick. They beat La Jolla 42-14. Does this mean anything?
Yeah, it does. I think we said earlier at the beginning that we were going to talk about what was important for Weslaco to win. Well, in talking to Coach Stroman, he flat out said it on offense. Those yellow things called the penalty flags, they got to stay away from them. That bothered them a lot against La Jolla. As a matter of fact, Coach Stroman still remembers that very, very vividly. And on defense, they have to limit the big plays. This Edinburg North Cougar team, as you will find out, maybe not too early, but you'll find out they like to throw the ball if they can. They want to run, but they have the athletes, which we'll talk about as the broadcast continues, to do and demonstrate a big play.
Their scheduled quarterback to start is Jorge Trevino, and he takes over for Jose Ramirez, a very talented athlete in his own stead. He is now playing wide receiver. We'll see if that actually happens when they come to the line. And, Fred, real quick, they've got several backs that have over 200 yards rushing. We'll also see who they start tonight in that position.
I have a feeling we might see number one before it's all said and done, maybe take a couple of snaps. I just have a feeling. Let's see what happens.
And it is game time, as we hear the PA announcer say. And the ball is going to be picked up around the 10-yard line, kind of bobbled around over at the 15. Is that an ominous start for the Cougars?
Yeah, that was a bobbled kickoff return. You know, they were trying to field it, kind of going backwards and try to field it, and it's hard to do for any athlete. And you saw why. It could have been disaster, but it's a first down for the Cougars.
And as they come out, football, Fred, let's see who the quarterback and the running back is that starts here.
We started with Adrian Marroquin back there.
Okay.
Number 17 for the guys in navy and gold.
A little like Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, nice-looking colors.
So it will be 1st and 10 for them inside their 20, and it is going to be a running play. And that ball is going to get up to around first down area.
Yeah, that was a back and forth they went. The guy who went out there and made it happen was Christian Jimenez, the senior linebacker. Had to really run out there. He started inside, and then Marroquin showing off his speed, going out of the middle, going outside to the left, and picking up really good yardage, about second and I would say about 2, maybe 3. Yeah. It's a nice pickup there on first down.
So Marroquin, again, he is going to be the starter tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see who else we might come into the game. We talked to their coach a little bit. He said, don't be surprised if we see Gabriel Navarro, number 31.
They're looking for the hot hand. That's what it's called, the hot hand, and it might happen here in this play here. Let's see if we quickly.
All right. And it is going to be a play that is not going to get too much yardage. Talk about it, Frank.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez, you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast that he started off the season as the quarterback. He's still there. But in talking to Coach Damian Gonzalez, the head coach for the Cougars, he basically said, look, he's better suited, not just the quarterback spot, but we can move him to the quarterback spot.
And did they just do that?
And so not quite. That was just a quick pitch pass to him. But you'll see him all over the place. He's the athlete of this team. So
not much gain on that play. We'll call it 3rd and short. And again, it's going to be a pass play, and it is picked off by the good guys, as we call them at least.
Yeah, number 26, That's Jacob Padilla. Now, I thought there was a flag. At least the Panther faithful here thought there was a flag because Weslaco might have jumped off. But it was intercepted by number 26, Jacob Padilla.
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations to that young man. Boy, that ball was overthrown. I'm thinking maybe Edinburg North even thought that might have been a flag. It looks like some of the players stopped on the route. But nonetheless, it doesn't really matter because interception going the other way. Congratulations, Jacob Padilla, Jr. Interception, Weslaco in business.
And it's going to be 1st and goal to go. Ball near the 9-yard line. Frankie Trevino going to give the ball off, and it's going to get a few yards. Is that Garcia?
No, that's going to be number 2. We're going to get used to him.
Yeah,
Chris Luna.
All right.
Chris Luna is an interesting ball player tonight. And in talking to the coaches, they felt that Luna was going to be maybe double teamed somehow, and why not? He's got all sorts of stats, crazy stats that we'll get into later. But I think the Cougars feel that the Panthers might go to him quite a bit on the offensive side. We see if they do, but they're going to get him the ball in different ways. You saw the jet sweep going there to Luna.
So the ball inside the 5-yard line. Picked up about 4 or 5 on that play. It is going to be 2nd and goal to go. Again, Panthers trying to take advantage of the turnover very quickly. And there is Frankie Trevino with the ball, and Frankie is going to get real close to the goal line. Real close.
Now they got to keep him in. He's going to get to about the 1-yard line, right. Frankie Trevino. Nothing really developing. You know, what happens is you run out of space in that area, right where you're at. You run out of space because of the fact that, you know, you have the end zone. And so everything kind of clutters up there in the middle. And Frankie saw that. He said, look, I'm just going to let my legs do it.
Trevino had about 76 yards rushing last week in the win. He threw for 2 touchdowns, had 211 yards passing, 76 yards rushing. So he had several touchdowns in that game, responsible for 2 TD passes and 1 rush. And now we have another running play. Looks like Trevino, huh?
Yeah, Frankie Trevino on the keeper. Touchdown Panthers! Man, that was exciting to see. I mean, you know, it all started with that turnover, interception, trying to get it in the middle there, and then Padilla brought it back, and then Frankie gets it in for a touchdown. We await the extra point here. It's going to be Gustavo Rodriguez. The kick is up, and it is good.
All right, so we have about 8:54 remaining here in the first quarter, and the Panthers have taken the early lead, 7-0. Again, a big turnover and capitalized by the Panthers. You got to like that start football, Fred.
Yeah, I got to go back to what happened on the interception by Padilla. I think Edinburg. I know our fans here on the purple sea of purple here. There's a lot of fans that traveled from Weslaco. I really do believe they thought there was the Panthers might have jumped, but it wasn't called. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what we think.
Right.
The officials, the guys that are calling the game, said no. And at some point, I think some of the offensive players for the Cougars might have thought that, maybe giving up or maybe not running full speed. And that ball was thrown where you're thinking the receiver's going to be, and the other guy in white and purple was there, and that eventually turns into a touchdown.
So Trevino has 77 carries this year rushing, has close to 420 yards, and that is his 7th TD rushing of the season.
Wow.
And remember, he averages almost 70 yards a game on the ground.
Man.
That's besides his passing.
Yeah, that's RB1 numbers. We've been almost every week. I don't know what the deal is with that tee. Maybe we need a new tee. Every game we've done, the ball falls off the tee. Yeah. And I get no wind to talk of.
Now, who kicks off for them?
Yeah, it's Frankie.
Yeah, I thought it was Frankie. Yeah, Frankie's still in there. Still does the kickoffs.
Nice highs. There's some space in the middle. Panthers got to go get it. It's a live ball. Did Weslaco get it?
Yeah, I think they do. The fans think they did.
Right in the middle, there was nothing but green. Another turnover by Weslaco.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quick.
I was surprised that nobody in Navy jerseys was coming up to field it. It's a live ball. That happened a couple of times against La Jolla last year, you recall?
Yes.
And that happened again. They're kicking right in the area where there's really nobody there except some green turf. And it fell right in the middle. Weslaco again, 1st down and 10 deep inside Cougar territory. Man.
So there's Weslaco. Got the ball down near the 25-yard line. Again, last time they had the ball on the interception, it was inside the 10. So great field position for Weslaco on their first 2 offensive series of the night. And Trevino this time going to try to pass the ball. And it is... almost caught.
Almost caught. Esteban Rocha, the senior, had to come back and adjust. He almost had it.
Yeah.
He had to do a pirouette, turn around the other way.
Well, he had a couple catches last week for 33 yards. By the way, really quick on Frankie, he has completed 49 of 82 passes for 924 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So he very easily can go over the 1,000-yard mark in passing for this season in Game 7.
I think Frankie wanted that one back.
Yeah. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And this time it's going to be a handoff, and this is going to be a nice gain, about 8 yards. That is Garcia.
Yeah, that's going to get him a first down. Nice running there, and I think the Panthers want to do that. David Garcia, the young junior, number 23 for the Panthers. Yeah. He's that guy who's grown up in front of our eyes, literally. Okay. He has been able to learn how this offense works, and he has been a benefactor of that.
Well, on the season, 83 carries for 487 yards and 6 touchdowns. Last week, 9 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown. They're going to mark it a little short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1, and this time another running play.
Yeah.
Not much.
Well, they were trying to run it, but then Frankie pulled it out, and he tried to go to number 4 again. That's Esteban Rocha. That's the second time they go to Esteban now.
Right.
And talking to Coach Stroman, he said, hey, Coach, give us a player to watch. He said, you know who has been really doing really well? I think he's going to have a big game. He's been preparing. He's been ready to go. Is number 4.
Okay.
And they've already thrown his way twice.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so he might be a guy to watch.
And remember,
4.
coming into this game, only 5 catches for 81 yards. 2 of them came last week. So maybe this is his coming-of-age party.
Could be.
All right. So it's going to, again, be short on this play. We'll see what they do if they run it. And they will. And it's up the middle this time. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, that's just enough for a first down, and that's what Weslaco was looking for.
Garcia's doing a good job there.
Yeah, I like the motion that Weslaco High is starting off with early. They're bringing Rocha from one side. They'll put Luna in motion. They're trying to get something going to see how the defense is playing. It looks like they're playing single right now. We'll see how they kind of adjust here, the defense does.
It's going to be first down at the 14, moving toward the south end zone. Weslaco away from the goal line, and this time Frankie has it, and he's going to fall forward for not much.
And that was probably the best choice.
Yeah.
I know that he's going to take a sack, but at this point there was nothing open, and I wanted to go to Joseph Leal, number 5, on the left-hand side, and he wasn't really open quite yet. It didn't develop till later. That might have been an interception. So good decision there by Frankie Trevino.
And by the way, Leal, good season. He had some injuries, but 7 catches for 188 yards and a touchdown. So we expect some big things from him second half of the season. And again, ball back around the 15-yard line. Actually, maybe a little farther than that. Loss of about maybe 2 on that play.
Right.
2 or 3. So it's going to be second down. And again, this time, another pass play. Trevino has it. He's going to roll toward his right, and he's going to keep it. And he is going to be down around maybe the 15. We'll see.
Yeah. Frankie had to make a decision. He had in the end zone Joseph Leal wide open. He was doing somersaults and doing the Macarena and all this other stuff. Yeah, he was trying to get the attention.
Yeah, he only got about 1 on that play, by the way.
That would have been fun to see that.
Yes.
But no, the point is he was wide open. He was trying to get the attention, and Frank just started running for his life.
Right.
You know, at this point, you things break down and you got to go. Mm-hmm. Not much of a gain there, right?
No, not at all. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. And again, they can get a first down inside the 10. Both drives, good field position. And this time it's going to be a running play toward the left side. And it is going to get down near the 3-yard line.
Yeah, I think, again, that's got to see on number 23, David. He's been the go-to guy in the backfield. Now, Weslaco employs different backs, as we all know. They like to come with different guys. But tonight, it looks like to start off anyway, they're bringing in Garcia here.
Got about 12 on that play. And it's going to be first and goal.
Yeah.
So, again, a nice job inside the 5. It was a long, long play. They needed the yardage, and he got it on a running play, no less. And this is Trevino again, and he is going to make it in for the touchdown.
Option quarterback keeper. He had Luna wide open if he decided. Frankie says, I will take that, and I will do a touchdown Panthers. So that's what happened.
He goes in and gets the touchdown from inside the 5-yard line. And again, Trevino having a big night. Couple touchdown runs.
That option is really working. And you know what? I'll wait to the extra point here.
And by the way, that's his 10th touchdown, I believe, rushing. Actually, he's 11th.
Yeah.
It's 11th.
So because of the 2 turnovers here, Weslaco, the benefactor, gets 14 points. in the first quarter here. So, that doesn't bode well if you're a Cougar fan. But it's interesting. I'll go back to that play on both touchdowns. I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
And we have under 6 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Weslaco, as a result of a couple of, I guess you call it turnovers. You don't get you don't pick up the kickoff, right?
Yeah,
it's 14-0. This is a KWES production.
So we were talking about on both touchdown possessions. One with the interception and the second one where you didn't field the kickoff. Both plays were touchdowns by Frankie Trevino on the option. Mm-hmm. Why do I bring that up? That is part of this offense that doesn't get used much. This is the second time we saw it, and they both have worked for touchdowns. Yeah. And by the way, on both option, you have the option to go to Luna, and Luna was by himself. Yeah. So you could have scored either with Luna. As a matter of fact, Luna turns around and goes, "Come on, man, give me some love here," right? That's what he's looking, yeah.
And by the way, I want to make a correction. I was looking at his passing touchdowns. He now actually has 8 rushing touchdowns, but he does have 9 passing touchdowns, so responsible for 17 touchdowns already this season, Frankie is, and we are just in the 7th game.
Somebody's got to go get it again. The ball's on the floor. My goodness. I mean, this is... looks like they finally got it. Jose Ramirez, man, he finally got on it. And that was a nice play by Ramirez to get that ball, because that would have been another turnover going the other way. The special teams here making a big difference early on in the game. This is the second time we're going to see this offense for the Cougars to get going here. And we have a change at running back. We're going to see number 31 start off here, Gabriel Navarro.
And he doesn't have that many rushing yards so far this year, so we'll see what it's about. A ball around the 27-yard line. It's going to be handed off, and not much going there.
Not a big guy, but shifty. He's one of those guys that if you give him a little crease, he'll go. Gabriel Navarro, number 31, he will be alternating. We saw earlier number 17, Adrian Marroquin, a young junior, carry it earlier in the previous position, number 17.
And
see if they go back.
Navarro, 11 carries for 47 yards, make it now, I guess, 12 for 48. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. So, the defense has had a lot of time to rest half the quarter so far, so they're itching to go.
Pass.
Yep, pass play, and it's going to be complete. Gain of about 3 or 4, and on that play, it was Richard Molina. Now, you talked about they have some tall receivers that play basketball,
They do. As a matter of fact, you're going to see them out there quite a bit. Richard Molina is one of them. Keandre Estrada is one of them. Aiden Torres is another guy, number 9. They have a lot of guys that are tall receivers that Coach called them the best dual receiver in the Valley.
Wow.
So he thinks very highly of Estrada and Molina and Trevino and all these other guys. He thinks very highly of them. They can do a lot of things, he feels.
So gain of about 6 on that reception. Yeah. It's going to be 3rd and 4 approximately. Ball at the 35-yard line. Another pass play.
There it is.
And this time it is caught, and it's going to go down to the 40. So that is going to be a gain of about 25.
Yeah, Keandre Estrada. We were just talking about those tall receivers that can go athletic, very athletic. You just give them a chance, and look what they can do. First down and 10 for the Cougars, quickly up to the line.
Right at the 40-yard line in Weslaco territory. It's going to be a running play, and it's going to be a tackle for about a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, excellent tackle there by Bo Cuellar coming off his corner spot, coming up and making it, going low. You have to go low on Adrian Marroquin. He's a tall running back. He's a strong guy, so you got to go low on him. Good tackle by Bo Cuellar on that one.
All right, so it's going to be a loss of a couple on the play. And, again, you were talking about, Molina. I mean, it's amazing how tall these guys are.
Yeah.
And, Estrada,
over 6 feet tall for sure.
Right. I know Estrada has 11 receptions for 98 yards coming into this game, so let us see what happens. All right, 2nd down and 12. It's going to be a pass play, but now it's going to wind up being a sack, it looks like.
Yeah, there was nothing there. Coverage sack by Weslaco. And there making the play was big number 98, Alexander Jimenez, the young sophomore number 98. Big number 50 was involved there for the Panthers, Nicholas Ramirez. Yeah, number 54, we'll talk about him, Jacob Hinojosa. Now, Jacob didn't have a sack last week, I don't recall. Remember, he was on a streak?
No, that streak came to an end.
But here he's going to have to share with 3 other guys, this one. So you guys figure that out.
All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 13. Ball is back at the 43-yard line in Weslaco territory. And again, under 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, dominated by Weslaco, trying to get their second win in as many games in district play.
Middle.
Yep. Pass up the middle. And it's broken up, it looks like.
Yeah, those crossing patterns, those slants are open for a second. Mm-hmm. But Matt got number 14, the return of Matt Gomez. Wanted to give Matt Gomez a big
what's
shout.
What's that going to mean for the team?
It means, first of all, senior leadership. You have somebody who started last year. Now he's back. He recognizes a lot of different things. He was involved in that play, along with number 22 on that play. That was Joseph Banda.
All right, so it's going to be 4th and 13. Again, ball still at the 43, moving toward the north end zone here at Flores Stadium. That, of course, is where the video screen is, video board. And this time it's going to be a punt.
You got to get away from it if you're Weslaco.
Right. So Weslaco will get their third possession of the game. And that punt was by, let's see here. I'm trying to find the punter. There he is. Aaron Campos, who also is a receiver, right?
Yeah, and we haven't seen him quite yet on offense.
Right.
I think before the night is over, I think we'll see Campos out there. Right. Jose Ramirez
is he related to a coach?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he is. He's the offensive coordinator, coach's son.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think before it's all said and done, we're definitely going to see a little bit of Campos coming up. We haven't seen Jacob Paz either. He's another guy who sometimes will play on defense but come on offense for the Cougars. So there's still a long way to go here. A flag was thrown.
All right.
We'll wait for the official. Ricky Rodriguez is the referee. The guy in the white hat, Ricky Rodriguez.
And next break we'll give the officials to you.
We'll give him some love, sure.
All right. So we have 2:33 remaining. It was a penalty against the kicking team, but it was declined, right?
Right. So Weslaco keeps it right where they're at, and they'll go to work. They're at the 15.
All right.
Third drive for Weslaco. The first 2 were touchdowns.
Yeah, can't complain about that.
Yeah, I wonder if when you script the 15 plays, you thought it was, it was going to go that way.
All right. So first down and 10, Frankie Trevino, all the way at quarterback. Was a wide receiver last year.
A good one, too.
Yeah, good one. Had some amazing catches, memorable ones. And this time it's going to be a running play, and it is going to pick up maybe a couple.
Yeah, you're trying to see the motion going. That's Joseph Leal, money man. Yeah. That's what we're calling him. Right. Remember, we knew coming in that he's going to be one of those guys that was going to bring a different feel. He might be an X factor.
Has he rushed the ball yet this year?
Not yet. That was it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the first
We've
one.
We've seen him in the backfield. You're right.
Yeah,
We've seen him in the backfield a couple of times. Just never gotten it.
All right, so it's going to be a second down and about 8. Ball around the 17-yard line. And again, spread offense as usual. Trips left. And there goes Frankie. And he will throw it over there on the right side, and it's going to pick up some yardage.
Yeah, Luna.
Right,
Luna. Yeah, nice catch. The ball was a little high for him, but that tells you kind of athlete he is. Went up and caught it and brought it down and made something really that could have gone over his head, but he's just so good at grabbing that ball.
Got the necessary yardage, got about 8 probably, something like that. Got the first down, that's the main thing.
So if you're the Cougars here, you're relying on Big 72, Luis Ceballos. You know, you're looking at number 40 on the outside there, Santino Alonso, fast defensive end. And this defensive line, make a stop here.
It is going to be first down and 10 around the 25. Frankie has it. He's going to roll with it, and he's going to keep it, and he maybe got nothing, maybe lost one.
Yeah, Vince Capadona.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that right now. It's funny because I wanted to bring him up. He, by far, is their best defensive player, isn't he?
He made a tackle. The only problem is when a little too high and might have grabbed the face mask on Frankie Trevino.
All right. Well, talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, Capadona. I'm way to foul him.
It's a face mask. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, he made a mistake there, but let's not judge him by that play.
No. As a matter of fact, in talking to Coach Damian Salinas, he said, look, he's the heartbeat of our defense. Vince, what he does and how he continues, he's our guy in the middle there. He's the lead tackler on the team. He's just a junior.
Okay.
You know, so he's this is his first really go at it at the varsity level, but he is an outstanding linebacker. Number 33, Vince Capadona.
But he'll still hear about that.
Oh, sure.
That play.
Oh, sure.
Coach will still give him the business.
Yeah, he might do some really good plays, but that will always be circled.
Ball around the 40-yard line after the penalty. Another running play, and it's going to be about a 7-yard gain that time for Garcia.
Really, a Jacob Paz, who were talking about him earlier, Jacob Faz with an F. There's a Paz and there's a Faz, and he's F-A-Z, Faz.
Okay.
Jacob Faz, number 2, corner. He came up, a nice senior tackle. Matter of fact, if Jacob doesn't make that tackle, I might have gone for even bigger yardage. So good tackle there by Jacob Foss on David Garcia for the Panthers.
So it is going to be second down and about 4. Called a gain of 6, ball at the 46-yard line in Weslaco territory. Final minute of the opening quarter. And this time, Frankie has it. He'll roll to his right, decides he's going to put it down and run, and he's going to get that first down. He got about 5 yards, needed 4.
Yeah, and he knew that. So he said, look, why throw it when I can pick it up and let's reset and let's get our offense another shot at it, and why not? We're running out of time here in the first quarter, but the Panthers are quickly up to the line. They're ready to go now.
They are in Cougar territory at the 47-yard line. It's going to be another running play, not much on that. Maybe a couple on second effort by Garcia.
Yeah, remember, he's a weightlifter. He's a powerful guy. You might not necessarily look at it when you see him. But ask Brian Morado, the young junior linebacker. He came along with Santino Alonso. Mm-hmm. Two guys had to bring him down.
All right, so it's going to be second down. We'll see if they do another play.
So do we wait? I think they're going to wait till the second.
They are.
I think so.
Okay, so we have completed 1 quarter of play. Weslaco got some good field position, capitalized on it, and they are up 14-0. Weslaco here at Flores Stadium against the Cougars of Edinburg North. This is a KWES production.
So as we change the quarter, let's look at let's bring out the grade book. My old days as a substitute teacher, I'll bring out my old grade book and let's give the Panthers a grade.
When you came in, you really were a substitute for a teacher. I'm just joking. Basically. I couldn't resist that.
They couldn't find anybody else, so they said, hey, you want to do something?
No,
sure.
All seriousness.
So the grade books, if we pull it out here, an A so far because exactly what Coach wanted to do. Don't give up the big play, hasn't happened, and the offense shy away from all these penalties. So far, check and check. So let's see if that continues. Now all of a sudden, no. The broadcaster jinx, don't say that.
Oh, my gosh, all this talk about checks, you're making me hungry for some rice checks.
That's right.
All right. So it is going to be first down. Actually, second down, I'm sorry. Ball at the 45-yard line. They're going to be second, and about 6 to go. Have to get it inside the 40-yard line. Again, Weslaco will be moving toward the north end zone, toward the scoreboard. Mm-hmm. And, again, we will give you those officials. I keep forgetting to do it, but
that's all right. We already mentioned the referee, Rick Rodriguez. How about the rest of the guys?
Yeah,
right? We'll do it.
Well, we talked to them before the game. Again, very cordial. Actually, they went to their truck to make sure you had a copy of
we told them
stats.
Good or bad, we're going to give you credit.
I say stats, the names of the officials. So, are you going to grade them tonight? No.
Yep. We'll give them a grade.
All right. I want to see that. Here's a long pass, and it's caught! Caught at the 20-yard line, and that is a pickup of about 25 yards.
I thought Jonathan Ramirez was going to pick it off. I honestly did. As a matter of fact, I was about to say pick. And then, what a play by Chris Luna at the highest point.
Was that Luna?
That's Luna.
Yeah,
first down Panthers. Here they come.
All right, they're going to run it
Luna
right away.
Again.
Yeah, Luna has it, and it is going to go down to about the 15-yard line. So he gets the 25-yard catch and then rushes for 5 more.
2-on-2. Jacob Foss, number 2 for the Cougars. On number 2, Chris Luna for the Panthers.
So, again, they're going to give him about 8 on that play. We'll call it 8. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 from about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, this offense is really starting to get going.
Yeah. All right. So Weslaco trying to get on the scoreboard again. They got their first touchdown very quick. And
I think you need to watch Rocha on this play.
All right, you think Rocha is
the
man?
I really do.
Well, we'll see. Garcia in the backfield, David Garcia.
Oh, Frankie.
Frankie's got it, though, and Frankie is going to move ahead very close to the first down.
Yep. Might be a yard short. I mean, he was about to lean forward when he got hit by a couple of guys. Capadona was one of them.
So you're right, about a yard short.
Yep.
3rd down and 1. And again, in the red zone. So we're going to give them 2 on that.
See what they want to do here. They got all sorts of options at this point of this side of the field. And
I think you go for it on 4th down if it's close, too.
Okay.
I don't think you kick. But we'll see.
You're rolling tonight, Mr. Harrison.
Yeah. Well, they got me going. I got motivated by Coach Stroman, too, tonight.
All right.
And, again, it is going to be a running play.
Fumble,
though. Yeah, who's got it?
Looks like the guys in blue are going to get it.
All right.
Yeah, then it looks like Edinburg North will recover. Turnover.
All right, so turnover, and we'll see it from there. Why don't you give the officials real quick?
Yeah, let's go ahead. We've already talked about Rick Rodriguez because he's the referee. Umpire Sonny Vega. Head linesman Dion Gobayan. Line judge Rambi Cios. Back judge Rudy Garcia. The field judge is Chris Pisano. And the side judge, Jorge Gonzalez, your TASO officials for tonight.
And you know Coach Stroman's not happy about that. He wasn't happy about a few things after last week, even though the big win, right? It was a tough Tuesday practice, wasn't it?
All week.
Yeah.
Talking to him, he says, let's just say we had extra motivation and the workouts were longer than usual.
All right.
That's a good workout.
Yeah, and remember, they had a big win last week.
Yeah.
So it's 1st down and 10, and it's going to be a running play. It's going to get down to about the 20.
Yeah, that's Alanis again.
All right.
So we've seen
so
already two
Alanis
backs.
has come in, right?
Yeah, we've seen two backs now for
On the 3,
Edinburg
right?
North. Yeah, Omar Alanis is one of them,
Yeah,
right?
Navarro.
We have him. And then we also have, as we just mentioned a little while ago, Marroquin.
Right.
One of those other guys that we saw.
Yeah, so, again, Alanis, by the way, he has had a pretty good season. He has rushed for 213 yards and also has 4 touchdowns.
Sure.
So Alanis has had some playing time.
Yeah.
All right, this time, though,
Fumble.
It's going to be a fumble, and Weslaco, I think, has it back. Yes.
Yeah, a guy by the name of Jacob Hinojosa, number 54, making all sorts of problems for Alanis. Panthers get it right back. Turnover for the Cougars. Panthers are in business again.
So Panthers giveth and Panthers taketh away, right?
That's right. I guess that's better than a sack if you're Jacob, if you're number 54, if you're Jacob Hinojosa.
Yeah, he's got I think at least 3 sacks.
He's got at least one to share with the other Panthers,
Yeah,
and then he's got his very own fumble. He calls the fumble. Yeah.
All right. 9:41 remaining. Panthers have the ball around the 11-yard line. I believe they can get a 1st down.
I think Coach wants to talk about
right.
it. Yeah, they're going to get a timeout.
All right, so again, let us look right now during this timeout at the records of these teams. First for Edinburg North, lost to Vela 29-10.
Right.
Rivera, they won 34-3. Pioneer, they lost 31-14. Mercedes, they lost 28-7. Lost to PSJAS 35-14 and lost to Academinis 31-7. Weslaco lost their first 2 games. Harlingen 48-28, McAllen Memorial 45-38. But then they've been winning since then. They beat Laredo, LBJ 27-8, Laredo United 24-21, San Benito 28-14, and of course opened the district schedule over La Jolla 42-14. Any thoughts after that?
Yes, let's start with Edinburg North. The fact that I think the biggest thing was last week. They were shocked to lose against their cross-town rival, Edinburg Economides. So can they rebound? And then we see Weslaco on the other side.
Yeah,
maturity. They learn how to play together, and you see the streak they're on.
Yeah, again doing a good job.
Yep.
Not like the Saints. The Saints have a 5-game losing streak. We won't talk about that last night.
No, please.
I watched that. But this team has a 4-game winning streak. So
yeah, they
I'm glad I'm watching a different streak tonight.
Yeah, they figured it out. They were able.
Yeah.
We said it's a game by game, progress,
right.
And we're starting to really get going now.
All right. So 1st and 10 at the 11. Again, it's not 1st and goal to go. 1st and 10. Moving toward the video board on the north end. And it is going to be another play with a run. And it's going to be a touchdown. Guess who?
Yeah.
Frankie Trevino, 11 yards. His 3rd touchdown rushing of the night.
So for tonight, we're calling him RB1. David Garcia probably say, wait a minute, partner. No, I mean, he's been able to do it. That type of option, he's been reading that option just really well. When to keep it, when to pass. That's the Panthers.
All right, extra point attempt. Talk about our kicker. He's done pretty good this year.
Yeah, it's up, and that looks... We'll wait for the official word. That's good.
All right.
Yeah, Gustavo, I mean, he has been on. Gustavo Rodriguez, Coach mentioned, look, we have a guy who does extra points, and Gustavo can also do some field goals, and then you have Frankie Trevino who does the long field goals.
Yes. So 9:55 remaining in the half. 21-0 Weslaco over Edinburg North. This is a KWES production. And again, Weslaco trying to build the lead. And again, we're not calling this over by any means.
No.
But do you think at some point, if they do, and remember last week, by the way, they got ahead. They had 21 points in the first half. It's ironic. Last week, Weslaco had 21 points to 7 for their opposition in the first half. It also was 21-7 in the second half.
You're right on. Exactly. And that's if Coach Stroman was listening, he would say, Absolutely not. We got to keep our edge. We got to finish. Matter of fact, we'll tell you after this kick what Coach Vento had to say about that.
All right.
Our part-time philosopher, full-time coach. I got it right. 6 games in. All right.
That's always fun talking to him before a game.
Yeah,
I think he had to ad-lib his one tonight.
There's the ball again. Off the tee. Am I the only one entertained by this?
I'm looking at the middle of the field. 4 teams play here, right?
4 teams.
Edinburg North.
Edinburg North, which is tonight.
Vela.
Yeah, Vela, who's playing tonight.
Yeah.
And then you have who played last night, Edinburg Economides, and then you have also Edinburg.
No, we got them all. We got them all. Yeah. Edinburg North, Vela, and Economides.
That's
right. By the way, Edinburg beat on this field last night, La Jolla.
All right. There's a flag on the field. Something happened. Not sure exactly what it was.
Well, talk about your philosophy.
Well, yeah, that's wisdom of words by Coach Vento. That's what we're.
I think a player is down.
Okay, we'll wait to see how it might be a cramp.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not 100% sure. It happened late, and there's a flag also that was thrown.
Okay.
I don't know if those coincide.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, but you have on the field a young man. Mm-hmm. Rolando Ramirez, he just seems to be, sometimes when this happens, it's a good night for football, but it's still a little bit.
Yeah, no, let me give that now. Kickoff 80 degrees, all right. We had winds about 12, gusts up to 21 miles an hour, 65% humidity. It'll get down into the upper 70s by the end of the game.
I will take that. And twice on Sunday. I sure will. Hey, so let's talk a little bit as they tend to a player here, hoping he's all right. Coach, we've talked about this. First assistant, Coach Domingo Vento. He's always got a quote, a something to think about, words of wisdom, whatever you want to call it. He's got something, and he says, look, I was talking, even our trainers were talking to me the other day. This is Coach Vento talking. Mm-hmm. And he said, we haven't played 4 quarters yet. He says, we played 2, we've played 3, but we haven't played 4 quarters. So Coach says, look, that's our first thing. And we told him, look, this is what we need to do. If we win tonight, he says, and this is coming from Coach, right? We will be the representative for the big school in the playoffs if they get to the playoffs, right? He says, we'll be the big school representative. So they're already thinking ahead of, hey, we've got motivation behind these young
guys. And didn't they have an idea even of who they might play?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, tonight, we'll keep an eye on it, maybe at halftime and let you know. Los Fresnos and San Benito. Remember those guys?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Los Fresnos and San Benito are playing tonight. The winner, I should say, he said the loser of that, Weslaco would probably end up playing if they were to make the playoffs.
Okay.
So whoever loses.
By the way,
tonight,
the young man's getting up right now.
Yeah, that's good to see. Yeah. It's good to see. So, well, I think we didn't get a word on what the. Yeah, sometimes that's just what happens. Sometimes cramp up or sometimes
that's
just
Ramirez,
fall.
Right?
Yeah, number 23. That's Rolando Ramirez.
Okay.
A set of brothers with this Edinburg North team. Number 1, Jose Ramirez, and number 13, Jonathan Ramirez are brothers. There's a lot of other Ramirez's on the team.
I think there's some other brothers on this team, too. We'll try to get to that.
Yeah, but those 2 for sure are verified.
All right, verified. It sounds like some kind of social media thing. You're verified.
Yeah.
All right. So it is going to be now first down.
Okay,
ball.
There it is. There's the official.
43.
Okay, so it was on Sportsmanlike Conduct. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
The official, Rick Rodriguez, is telling us that's why they moved up.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So, again, it's at the 43-yard line. You like the later start tonight? 7:30 Central
I love
Time.
It. From here on out.
Yeah.
And into next season, if we could, please.
7 o'clock usually if they're Thursday games.
Yeah.
Man in motion. And, again, it's going to be a running play. It'll pick up about maybe 6.
Yeah, that's number 12. That's Omar Alanis. Again, we've seen 2 backs so far.
3
backs.
Yeah.
So we've seen 3 backs already.
We've seen
Alanis, who just carried it.
Yeah,
number 31, Gabriel Navarro.
Right. Number, was it 17 or 19?
Number 17 as well. That's right. We've seen him as well, Adrian Marroquin.
Yeah,
so we've seen 3. Those guys. And then, of course, your quarterback. You have other guys that have been out there. But we haven't seen Angel Rodriguez yet, who's another running back, number 4. We keep an eye out. As a matter of fact, talking about him, he's in there now.
All right. Who's that, Rodriguez?
That's Rodriguez.
What number is
4.
he? Number
Angel
4.
Rodriguez is another running back.
He's going
to get it, too, here on this one. Here he goes.
And he's going to give it to us, literally.
Yeah.
That ball is going to go about 12 yards at least on that play.
First carry for number 4. We're just talking about him, and the reason we're talking about him is because they have all those guys.
Let me mention this. Alanis, Marroquin is
Marroquin, right?
Okay, and Rodriguez each have over 200 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Rodriguez coming into this game, 48 carries for 232 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, it looks like they're going to keep Rodriguez in there.
Yeah,
Number 4.
Again, he's a guy that's got some experience, and it is first down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. So they've got several backs that have put in the time this year. Another running play. And that is going to pick up about 5.
Yeah, a lot of Panthers there. Once again, Angel Rodriguez just came in. This is just a second carry.
Yeah.
And they're going to give him a try. It looks like they're changing him along with number 12, Omar Alanis. Looks like Alanis is coming back in now. So you bring up a second down now at this point.
To be honest, I thought it was going to be Angel and Alanis that would be the 2 main running backs looking at the stats initially. But again, coaches giving everybody a try. I guess you could say one thing that is very positive about Edinburg North, they do have some depth at running back. Maybe not a real star, but a lot of depth.
That's true.
Okay.
That's a positive.
Trips on the left. It's going to be a screen pass this time on the right, and it's going to be very close to a first down.
Yeah, that's Marroquin. Check that. That's Alanis out of the backfield. Yeah,
that is a first down.
Yeah, Omar Alanis right out of the backfield. Just a quick flare pass pattern going out there. Toss it out here. Let him let the yards after the catch.
Yak. All right, and while we're yakking, we'll also tell you that it's going to be first and 10 at the 20, moving toward the south end zone, away from the scoreboard. And it's going to be a fumble. Who gets it?
Yeah, big number 94 came up, put his Panther paw on it. That's Nathan Tostado causing the fumble, but recovered by Alanis.
All right.
Back to the Cougars, the ball goes.
Yeah, so it's going to be a loss of maybe 3, ball back to the 24-yard line. So we'll call it second down and 13.
Angel Rodriguez now spelling Marroquin. So Rodriguez back in there. Number 4.
No, they're going to have fresh running backs all night.
Yeah, all
That's
night.
for sure. Okay, so clock running, approaching the midway point of the quarter. Passing play this time, and it is caught. Yes,
that was a deflection. It was a deflection, and that was caught by number 3. That's Aaron Campos. We were talking about Campos.
You were talking about how we were going to see him.
Yeah, and there it is. As a matter of fact, the ball was tipped by a Panther.
All right.
Ball went up in the air, and it just happened that Campos was kind of running his route that way.
Campos has, coming into this game, 18 receptions for 213 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's seen the ball some this season.
Yep.
So it is going to be now first and goal to go. Another running play up the middle, and second effort's going to get the ball down to the 5.
Yeah, and it's number 4 again, Angel Rodriguez carrying the ball. So back and forth they go. Looks like the Cougars are happy, running back by committee. You've heard that term before, and now all of a sudden you get Adrian Marroquin back in there now.
Right.
So we
may have a different running back every play.
I'm gonna be my toes all night trying to keep these backs in check.
All right. So it is going to be again second and goal to go, and is there going to be a timeout?
Yeah, Coach Stroman says, I've seen that too.
All right.
These guys are rotating backs back and forth, and they all bring a little something. Yeah. Talking to Coach Gonzalez about it, by the way, he's been coaching and been part of this district for 25 years now.
Who's that?
Damian Gonzalez, the head coach for Edinburg North.
Well, you know what? You have to just look at a book like that, okay?
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Why do we bring that up?
Well, that's pretty close. Wasn't he a mechanical engineer?
Yes, yeah, all joking aside, the reason we made that joke was, believe it or not, he told us if he hadn't gone into coaching, he was looking to maybe be a mechanical engineer, thought about going to the University of Houston, then wound up at Texas Pan American, which is now UTRGV, and the rest is history.
He's quickly become one of my favorite guys. You want to know why?
Why?
He's an old O-line coach. Yeah, he used to be an O-line coach back in the day. He says before.
Did you say he's an old O-line coach?
No, an old O-line coach.
Okay.
Not an old guy. He's relatively young, but I say he's an old guy because he used to do it back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think you got yourself out of that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Coach Gonzalez says, yeah, probably.
All right. No, we enjoyed talking to him. All
Great
joking
guy.
aside. Yeah.
Great guy.
Very personable.
Yeah.
And even told us that his kicker, he feels confident from 35 yards out.
So he's in range now if they chose to, which I don't think they will at this point.
No. All right, second and goal to go, again around the 5-yard line.
Jorge Trevino, quarterback.
Yep. All right, so now there's a whistle. And looking at Trevino, again, he has passed for 384 yards, and Ramirez has passed for 307.
Yeah.
So whichever quarterback they use, they're pretty similar as far as their passing yards this season.
A false start on the Cougars. I asked the coach, Damian Gonzalez, I said, hey, so who's got to set the tone? He goes, I'll tell you who, the O-line. I said, yeah. Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
You guys are all the same, and that's good. No, but O-line, that's why.
Got to stick together.
No, seriously, that's why guys like Tom Brady, buy huge gifts for their O-line when he was playing. Take them out to steak dinners. You got to take care of your O-linemen.
Yep.
So, again, after the penalty, ball moves back to around the 10. Pass play. And is it caught?
It is caught, but he's going to be forced out of bounds.
Did he catch it in bounds?
Caught it in bounds. It's an excellent catch there by Jose Ramirez. Man, Jose Ramirez is athletic, and we said he was an athletic player.
Was that the quarterback we were talking about?
He used to be the quarterback, remember?
And can still be.
Can still be. I just think we're going to see him before it's all said and done. Somehow.
So the ball looks like it's down, around the 2?
Yeah, about the 2-yard line. It's a third down now.
All right, 3rd and goal to go. Ball at the 2. A lot of Panther fans out here.
Yep.
Glad to see them. It's going to be up the middle. And
looks like he got there.
Did he get there?
They're gonna. Nobody's marking it yet. I think he made it, but nobody's.
Who had
marking
the ball?
It.
Could you tell?
The official is not making a call. They finally do. Touchdown, Cougars. The line judge Rambe Vallecillos came from his spot, looked down, saw the ball, and said, "Okay, that's 6, guys."
All right. Do you know who it was?
Yeah, that looked to be number 12, the running back Omar Lanis.
All right.
We'll see here in a second from preview, see if we can see it, but it looked to me.
Yeah, so it was about, about 2 yards?
Yeah. It's a touchdown for the Cougars.
Their first points of the night.
Eden Ramos, the senior center, leading the charge, number 59 for the Cougars.
All right, so we'll wait for the extra point attempt.
Yeah, the kick looks good from here.
All right.
Let's see if they make it official. They do.
All right, so it's good. And with 5:13 remaining in the second quarter, 21-7, Weslaco over the Cougars of Edinburg North. This is a KWES production.
So a nice drive put together there, and we thought they could do that. And as a matter of fact, that's exactly how Coach Damian Gonzalez would have liked it. Because remember, we talked to him and said, who was going to be the key? We mentioned earlier Eden Ramos, the senior, number 59. You have the right guard, Jerry Mancha. The left guard, Anthony Espinosa, number 68. Left tackle is Dylan Escobar, number 63. And then your right tackle, Alejandro Ramon, number 64. These guys, except for one, they're all seniors.
Okay.
And Coach said they have to take control of this so our running game can get going, and then our offense can get rolling. On that drive, that came together. And you saw when that happened, it was a touchdown for the Cougars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So now the adjustment comes by the defense for Weslaco. How will they adjust? That's the old game of chess that I don't like to play, so I'll play you checkers.
I was just looking at something about Alanis. He's quite a receiver, too. He has 206 yards in receptions and a touchdown.
Sure.
So he's sort of like our guy, number 2.
Yeah,
exactly.
As a matter of fact, number 12, I told Coach, so what does he play? And he says, he gave me the old ATH, the athlete.
Yeah. Well, him and Luna, I don't know necessarily say in size, but definitely in abilities, seem to have a lot in common.
Yeah, that's going to go out of bounds penalty. Yeah, that goes out of bounds for Edinburg North. And that's a penalty that is going to give Weslaco,
Matoya, the kicker,
a good opportunity if they want it or they re-kick. It's up to them. I think Coach is going to want the ball there.
Yes.
That's my thought. We'll see.
You know what I like he has? He is all in to being a Panther. You know why I say that? I noticed this for the first time tonight. He's actually got a purple whistle.
Really?
Yeah. Go look at his whistle.
I didn't see
purple.
that.
I don't know if he's always had it, but he's got it tonight.
Well, now you got me curious.
Yeah.
We got to go ask him about the purple whistle. Where did it come from?
I'm not going to let him give you one because I can see you trying to.
I was already thinking, where can I get one?
Yeah, you'll try to toot your horn right here in the booth.
Let me look at my phone real quick.
Yeah. That's all we need.
Purple whistle.
All right, 1st and 10. Trevino has the ball. He's going to pass it, and it's caught, and it's going to go down to near the 40, close to the first down.
Luna. Yeah, making it out of the backfield. He's going to be tackled by Jose de la Rosa, coming to come up and make a play. But you see the quick reaction there by Luna. Luna can always, most of the time, make the first tackler miss.
Right.
There was nobody really out there, but he tried to make miss. But a good tackle, though, by Jose De La Rosa. Good tackle.
Ball at the 40 in Weslaco territory. 1st and 10. Not sure about the timeout situation. I don't think they have it on the scoreboard tonight. But,
Okay.
But I know Weslaco's used at least 1 or 2. So right now, though, time is not a factor yet. And again, 1 back in the backfield. Slot on the right side. Trevino goes back. He's going to let it go.
Ooh.
And it's incomplete. By the way, his long pass this year is 66 yards. You remember that touchdown?
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, he's been the type of guy that he was wide open again.
Right.
Just
Luna?
Frankie. Yeah, just Frankie. Frankie had a nice clean pocket to sit there. Maybe too long.
Right.
And it just kind of overthrew.
Your big guy was one of the guys involved in that play. The big linebacker.
Yeah, they have a couple of those guys, but Javi Villa usually.
Yeah.
Number 80, he's one of those guys. Matt Gomez is another one. You know, take your pick. Those guys have all been playing well.
All right, so it is going to be 2nd down and 10. Going to be a running play this time, and not much for Garcia, maybe 1.
Yeah, Jalen Rodriguez, the young junior linebacker, came up and cleaned it up. Garcia, very minimal game. Hey, so our research department, it's only 4 minutes, about 10 seconds left here in the quarter.
Right.
The research department is telling us that Weslaco High has 1 timeout, while Edinburg has all 3 left.
Okay.
Thank you, research department.
I like that. All right. And by the way, Weslaco East is playing tonight, aren't they, at home?
Yeah, we're going to get a score from them. It was homecoming night for the Wildcats out there against the Chiefs tonight.
All right. Donna North, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is going to now be 3rd down, 9. Ball at the 41-yard line in Weslaco territory. Trevino feeling some heat, and it's going to be complete for the 1st down at the 48-yard line.
That's the awareness. That's the
Luna,
IQ.
by the way, got it.
Yeah, the IQ that Luna has. He knew where the sticks were. I got to get to that.
Yes.
I mean, some pro guys can learn from Chris Luna.
Yeah, he needed 9. I think he got 11.
Get to the line, and then you can fall all you like after you catch it. But get the 1st down. Great job, Luna.
All right, Weslaco in the territory. Not the midshipmen, right? It looks a little bit like Navy out there. No, Edinburg North Cougars. And, by the way, the academies are doing real good this year in football.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's see if Weslaco can keep this drive alive. Frankie going back. Got a receiver open for a moment there. And not quite. Was that Luna?
Yeah. Luna coming in double coverage. We thought that was going to happen. Number 2, Jacob Foss, corner coming up, and another player was Raul Rios playing safety back there. Broke it up. Luna had a chance at it.
Yeah, he was open for a moment.
Yeah, and then good coverage there by the Cougars.
So that pass, he would have caught it around the 15.
Yeah.
It was he really tossed that one. He's at the 50. That was at least a 35-yard throw.
A for effort, my friend.
All right, so it is going to be 2nd down and 10. Let's see if Weslaco throws the ball. They have trips on the right side. And this time, looks like a fumble.
Yeah, it looked like it. Looks like Edinburg North got it again.
Did they? Oh, no.
I think so, yeah. A recovery there by number 40. That's Santino Alonso. You know, the Cougars started to blitz.
Okay.
We've seen an adjustment now by them. They're blitzing the gaps. What does that mean? Where the running back would be usually be coming, that's exactly where the blitz is coming. So you have a guy coming down there. And so what's happening is there's not much running room, and then Frankie has to pull it because he's, oh, no, I can't go through there. So he pulls it, and when he pulls it away, that's where the fumble happened.
And, you know, the score is 21-7. That's the exact score that we had at halftime last week in La Jolla. By the way, that was fun going to La Jolla. First time I've been there.
Yep, it was fun.
Enjoyed the people there. All right, so it's 1st down and 10 near midfield, and this time the running play stretches out on the right side. Not much pickup.
Yeah, running again.
Alanis, huh?
Yep. Yeah, Alanis is getting a bulk of the carries. Him and it looks like Angel Rodriguez are the guys that they have settled into.
Right.
I guess if we were to say that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we won't see anybody else.
No,
but just
we got a couple other guys that could do it.
Yeah. I think Aaron Campos is another guy that I think we'll see here in a minute. Maybe not necessarily from the backfield, but you never know.
All right, gain of 4 on the play to the 45-yard line in Weslaco territory. 2nd down and 6. And again, time will soon be a factor.
Yep. Right
now we're at 2:34. Clock stopped. Quick pass play.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Bo Cuellar. They were trying to get the ball to Richard Molina.
Right, incomplete.
number 7.
One of the big, tall basketball players.
Yeah, these. I think all of them can play basketball or are basketball players.
And aren't they actually better, some of these guys, at basketball than
the coach
football?
was saying they're talented athletes, he says, but they're suited for basketball.
Yeah.
They have,
like
not
Molina.
that they can't play football. You can see that they can play football, too. But you say, man, these guys, imagine them playing basketball. They're just a good team.
All right, it's going to be 3rd down now. Well, they're in our district. We'll see them sometime this season at Weslaco.
There we go.
Now,
I think
it looks like they got off to a fast start. It looked like maybe that's offsides against the offense.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be false start against the offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the receiver moved and they caught that.
Yeah.
Now, that's what the
this isn't arena football.
Right, the head linesman, Dion Gobayan, comes up and says, does the old, they're moving. All
right. By the way, we have this moment. One of the coaches we met from Edinburg used to be an arena football coach in the Valley. Talk about it.
We go back with them and we recognize them. That is Coach Marty Hammond. And for you all that are football freaks like the rest of us, or football fanatics, or whatever you want to call yourself, basically, you support football all around.
Right.
You remember the Dorados from the Valley.
Indoor football.
Coach Hammond was one of the coaches.
Back at that time, it was called Dodge Arena.
Yeah. All
right.
Blast from the past, my friend.
Yep. So 3rd and 11. Ball right near midfield. Got a slot on the left. And the ball is going to be passed. And it's going to be caught.
That's Campos.
Yeah, Campos has it down around the 29-yard line. That would be a gain of 21.
Aaron has been open on that pass. They found something in the middle of that zone that they're playing. Watch it come again, number 3. He's on the slot usually. We'll see if he gets up there or not. There's some movement there. They didn't call it.
All right,
let them play. Right open again.
Yeah,
There's Campos.
Open. There's Campos. He's going to be down to the 4-yard line, so that's going to be a gain of 23.
And we said that's what they've been doing. Campos with a big pass catch twice in a row. The Cougars are in business now.
So 1st and goal near the 3-yard line.
Yeah, we thought we might see Campos before it was said and done, and they went to him twice in a row for big plays.
So again, inside the 5. And it looks like a quarterback keeper. No, running play. Back has it, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Nice run there. Alanis comes in there and gets a touchdown.
Omar Alanis has rushed for 2 touchdowns in this quarter.
So a lot of those turnovers, we've seen it on the Weslaco side. We saw it on the Edinburg North side. A costly fumble points to be very costly against Weslaco. Mm-hmm. It's a touchdown in favor of the Cougars. They put a nice drive together again. Second time they've done that.
All right. So we have 1:47 remaining. And 21-13 is the score. Montoya with the kick. It is up.
And that is going to be good.
It's good. All right, so 1:47 remaining till halftime. A 14-0 run right now for the home team, the Edinburg North Cougars. Weslaco's lead has been diminished. It's 21-14. This is a KWES production. Real concern right now for Weslaco.
Yeah, I think so. I think they've got 1:47, and they're going to have enough time now. They have, looking at their timeout situation, 1 timeout.
It looks like a good move, by the way, Fred, that they did not take the kickoff.
Yeah.
Because they'll get it to begin the second
half. Now it's starting to show. Now all of a sudden the momentum has shifted towards the Cougars side.
Yeah.
So now what does Weslaco have to do to get that back before the break, before 1:47 seconds is left of this part of this second quarter going into halftime? Weslaco needs to answer. You kind of even feel that they have to answer here, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Well, it'd be nice to see at least a field goal to have that momentum going in. Or if you don't score, at least keep that ball.
Right.
Keep control of it going into the intermission, at very least.
Right.
You don't want to give them another chance. But you also want to be aggressive here. I don't think you just try to run out the clock. I would try to be at least aggressive. You've got the offensive tools. And you're going to have decent field position near the 30.
There you go. That's number 13. That's D'Angelo Gonzalez.
Yes.
There's flags all over the place.
Didn't he have a touchdown last week?
He did.
Talk about that.
Wait a minute. There's all sorts of flags now. I mean, it's just we even saw.
Yeah, well, actually, we see the coaches coming out, making sure they hustle off one of their players away from the
We even
skirmish.
saw hats. So an official loses a hat.
Yeah.
We see a bunch of yellow hankies all over the field.
Right.
Coach Stroman is not happy.
No. Well, for a moment, talk about D'Angelo last week.
Yeah, D'Angelo last week
had a touchdown.
Matter of fact, it was a player to watch.
Yeah.
Coach talked about him, And there's something interesting about D'Angelo. We've got to mention this.
Gonzalez, right?
Yeah. He has basically own shoe. What do I mean by that? They're Jordan cleats.
That's what I want to talk about. He's got special
and they're
shoes.
purple and white, and they're catered to him. They're to his likings.
Yeah.
On the shoe, on the side, it says 4J, which is Grandpa. Now, we were talking about cancer awareness this whole month. He's doing that in remembrance. We're remembering his grandpa.
Let me jump in real quick so people are online with us. He got some Air Jordans, right?
Yes, Air Jordan cleats.
And he personalized them to honor his late grandfather.
Who passed away from cancer. And it goes along with Cancer Awareness Month. And so he was very happy about it. And,
But there's something else, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you look at the shoe, right where the Air Jordan logo is, on the tongue of the shoe, if you would, it has a bunch of crystals on it.
Crystals?
Crystals on it. And I said, hey, so how did you get the crystals? He goes, oh, no, I didn't put them on there. My sister stayed up all last night putting the crystals on my shoes. Wow. Both shoes are decked out with crystals. A very own signature shoe, a nice gesture for his grandpa, keeping him in his mind, obviously, memory. Mm-hmm. So we just wanted to share that. It's a nice thought.
It is. I know there's at least one unsportsmanlike after the play. I think it's on both sides, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties after the play.
Yeah, so they said, hey, guys, let's settle down and let's finish off this quarter here.
Right. Can you, with your staff, tell us how much timeouts are left for the Panthers?
So Weslaco has one. Edinburg North has all three.
1st and 10 inside the 30. Pass play, and it's caught.
Luna.
Short play, gain of about, let's see, maybe 7 or 8.
I thought, Coach thought too, and I thought, though, that they were going to double Luna.
All right, more than I thought, 9, sorry.
And I thought they were going to go somewhere else, but they don't care. They're going to Luna. They're getting the ball in Luna, that's for sure.
All right, so a ball at about the 37-yard line. Again, 2nd down. Here's Trevino again. Heaves it up. And it is broken up at the last moment.
Yeah, Prunieda had that. Christopher Tomlinson, number 15, making a good play there.
Right.
If he doesn't get his hands up, Tomlinson does.
Didn't you tell me you think maybe Prunieda might become more and more of a factor? Hasn't done much so far.
I think so. I think tonight was going to be, especially because of the thought that they were going to double Chris Luna with
Felipe,
a safety
right,
in the corner.
Yeah.
So Felipe Prunieda might have a big night. We'll see.
Okay. So 3rd down, I think you rush this. You don't want to give it back to them no matter what before halftime.
You're going to run this.
Yeah, you are. Oh, he's going to throw. But it's the short pass.
That's basically a run.
A run, right.
So it's a 1st down for the Panthers. You'll still have a timeout. Luna. You still have a timeout. Clock is running. 55 seconds left to go.
Ball's at the 43. Still in Panthers territory. Trevino going to heave it downfield. Has a man open. And it's caught. And that is going to go 57 yards. 57 yards for the touchdown.
Joseph Moneyman Leon. Touchdown Panthers.
All right.
Quickly are the Panthers scoring here. Man, oh man, what a pass. What a catch. I wish we could see that all over again. They're not going to put it on the replay here, but, it's fresh in my mind. You saw that. That's a touchdown. What a pass and what a catch.
Extra point attempt coming up. It's up, and it is good.
Yep.
28-14. Panthers lead. 43 seconds left. Again, they'll get the ball back, but 43 seconds is not much time, even if you have 2 timeouts.
And remember, Edinburg North still has all of their arsenal
They have all 3.
timeouts.
Okay, I thought they had 2, but they got 3. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at least that's what the team is saying.
Yeah.
The team, assemble.
All right. No, I'm sure that's what it is. So, Leal, nice job. Struggled with injuries for a while this season.
Yeah.
But, again, getting back into the flow of things. Now, he has now gone over 200 yards and receptions for the season, okay? Last week, 1 for 11.
Yeah.
And he has 1 touchdown. This will be his 2nd of the season.
Wow, yeah. Did we share the story? Should we share the story again about the cash on the back plate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it is not. It must have been the first game that we did.
Yes.
And he had a $100 bill on his back plate. His shoulder pads run down to the back, and the back plate has a $100 bill. We asked him. It was McAllen Memorial.
Right.
I asked him, hey, is that a real $100 bill? He says, oh, absolutely not. My mom will not let me have one. So this is a duplicate.
Well, remember I said
there's the ball again.
That particular night I did have one, and I said, did I say something to you like, should I lend it to him? And then you told me you're lending it to a high schooler.
Yeah, you're lending it to a high schooler. I don't know if that's such a good idea. Yeah. I never see it back again.
And it's not because we don't trust him. It's just that when you're a high schooler, you don't see $100 bills that often. Really.
Well, he's going to end up maybe going to a place and getting a bunch of games. You know.
Heck, I don't see him very often, and I'm a grown man. So by the time I do all my bills.
Yeah, that was a nice story, and it goes back to know that these young men. That the point of it was these are young men who their parents, obviously, they're students and things, and you sometimes think these are not amateur athletes or pro athletes even, but they have their own style, their own thing going on.
Yeah.
But mom puts a stop to it.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, you come see the amount of fans at these games and these stadiums, you'd think you were at least at a junior college stadium, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I talk about Texas football, high school football, all over the nation when I travel.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. And I just brag on it so much. I mean, all the teams. All right, so ball at the 32, 1st and 10. And it's going to be a running play, and it is going to be good down to the 43, very close to a first down.
Ryan Gonzalez finally had to come from his corner spot. They were playing prevent. They ran into prevent, and that was number 12, the running back, Omar Alanis, who we've seen quite a bit here. I think they've settled with Alanis.
Yeah.
He's been the main carrier here.
And, again, he's had some good games this year.
He scored a touchdown earlier, timeout now for the Cougars. Why not?
Makes sense, I would.
Yeah, the team is telling me this is they do have two.
Well, again, you mentioned earlier talking to Coach that Damien told us they feel their kicker is good from 35 yards.
Yeah, they're
so they'd have to get it down to what?
About the 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
Yeah, 20-yard line or so, and then that gives you 10. Yeah, about 20, 25. Right. Yeah, that's about more or less.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was teasing them. Every coach we always ask before the game, they always tell us how good their kickers can kick, except one. We're going to keep that secret, right?
we might never divulge that ever.
No, because we do play this team from time to time.
Right, it's true.
And it's a great coach, too, but he's very secretive about that.
Yeah, there's some things that are better left unsaid, I guess. Yeah. Hey, speaking of, prevent defense by Weslaco. Mm-hmm. They're coming back, and they're playing deep. Everybody's playing deep. This would be probably a good time to run the ball. If you're Edinburg North, if your goal is to get into a field goal range.
Do you know what I once heard on an NFL game? The prevent defense. Someone said, "Yeah, that's prevent from winning." Meaning, how many times have teams just really moved the ball against prevent defense and had it backfire? Well, we're not saying it's going to happen now. I'm just saying.
But you're right. A good solid run. We're just looking at this. A good solid run will pick you up, a few yards, and maybe you'll be in business to kick a field
goal. And again,
goal.
we're talking NFL football,
right?
And I want to make that clear.
I want to throw.
All right, it's going to be a throwing play.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Intended receiver was Richard Molina, the senior wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing there by the quarterback. So Ramirez, then the other guys have not been targeted as much as we thought.
No.
Jorge Trevino has been throwing the ball. His receiver at this point, his favorite that had to pick him would probably be Campos at this point.
Yeah.
Campos has been successful. I wonder if they go back to that at all, or they just don't want to do that against this defense that's playing right now.
Again, Jorge Trevino, he's gone all the way quarterback, hasn't he?
Has.
I don't remember anybody else coming in.
Campos is in the slot, by the way.
Yeah. All right. He's got the ball, delays for a moment, rolls right, and he's going to get nailed there. He's going to be thrown for a loss of about 7 or 8.
Diego Reyes was shot out of a cannon from the south side of the field, it looked like, and Diego comes up, and it's a tackle. And I think this is it. I think Edinburg is happy to put up 14 points at this point, and they might call it a half here.
Well, they've done a good job trying to come back. I'll give them credit. They did score 14 consecutive points after Weslaco got out to their lead. And, again, Weslaco is leading. Some comments before we go to half.
I think if you're the coach, you go back, guys. We started fast. Let's finish fast. I think that's the message.
All right, and if I'm correct, Trevino has 3 of the touchdowns rushing. Leal has 1 on the long 57-yard catch. And Omar Alanis, he's rushed for a couple of short touchdowns.
That's right.
So there is the summary. Again, we'll have the bands coming up at halftime. And this has been a KWES production. Well, it is time for second half action. Good evening, everyone. If you're just tuning in, you have KWES on. This is live on YouTube along with Football Fred. I'm Scott Harrison, and this is 31-6A football action. Second district game for both teams. Opposite records, 2-4, 0-1 for the homestanding Edinburg North Cougars, 4-2, 1-0 for Weslaco, and the Panthers are leading at halftime by the score of, guess what, 28-7. Panthers got off to a fast start. Some turnovers, some misjudgments by the home team gave them a quick 14-0 lead. Frankie Trevino with 2 touchdown runs. He later had another one and also threw a 57-yard touchdown pass to Joe Leal. But there was, in the middle of all that, a couple of touchdowns after it was 21-0 Panthers, a couple of touchdowns by Omar Alaniz. And so that made it 21-14, but again, the Panthers got a touchdown late in the first half. Have I summed it up for you, football friend?
You have. All I've got to say is you check out the party lights. We're just talking to my friend here, and he's telling you these lights, these stands have been here from the 1980s.
Okay.
That long, and now they've adjusted. They've given some party lights, so that's always cool.
Yeah.
Gives it a new feel, if you would.
New feel. Now, later on, I'll have you talk a little bit about the man this stadium is named after.
Yeah.
You've interviewed him before, the late Richard R. Flores.
Yeah.
This stadium's named after him, a big contributor, I should say,
sure,
to sports in the Rio Grande Valley. But
very much so.
Let's get this off, and then we'll talk about some other things. So, Weslaco, they deferred on the coin toss. They get it to start the second half. Good move, right?
Yeah, and it has been. It paid off. Now, special teams, it's interesting because Weslaco has been the benefactor of a couple of those punts, or I should say those kickoffs, that are falling in no man's land and they've picked up. Edinburg North has also tried to do the same now, but the only issue with that is that if they've gone out of bounds, and so they placed the ball right where it went out, and so they're at about the 31-yard line to start off here their first possession in the second half. Good starting field position here.
Frankie Trevino going all the way at quarterback. Remember last week, threw for 211 yards, also 75 yards passing, and again, he had 3 touchdown passes last week, rushed for 1. As we mentioned, another big start for him this week. And he is going to hand it off. First play of the second half is going to get a few yards, close to a first down. I believe that's David Garcia.
Yeah, it is. And I've always wondered, I mean, I know he's an inside runner. He's got power. Okay, that I understand. But I've always said, hey, why don't you bounce it off a little? Mm-hmm. And the only reason I say that is because he can go.
Yeah.
So give him an outside. And he finally caught that corner, and he was able to pick up a few yards. Way to go there.
Yeah, got about 6.
Yeah, I like to see a little bit more of that.
Second down and 4. Got to get up to about the 45-yard line. They're in their own territory. Weslaco moving toward the north, toward the video board here in the second half. Third quarter. Yeah, Frankie has it. And Frankie Leal is gone. That is going to be, guess what? 1, 2, 3. His 4th touchdown of the game. And that was a long one. My gosh, that's close to 60 yards.
Touchdown, Panthers! My goodness. What a run. I mean, there was nobody on that side. What a fake. You got to give it to the Panthers for being able to establish the run one way, and that has been working all night long. Different formations and variations of it. But, man, what a touchdown run. Frankie Trevino, he's going to have quite a handful of touchdowns once the night is over.
Well, he does.
That's up, and that's good, by the way.
Rushing, he now has 10 touchdowns rushing, okay?
Man.
Came in with 6, has 10, 4 tonight. And that is the extra point. It's good. 35-14, Weslaco leads. What? We've got 11:15 remaining, I believe, here.
Yeah, just started. That was literally the second play from scrimmage.
So, Trevino
and Fuego.
Talk about his development over the weeks.
This is something that has been coming for some time now. If you're a Panther fan and you saw that and said, hey, Frankie does that. Frankie was literally had to make this offense his own. What do we mean by that? That was a time where the coaches felt that Frankie needed to get to know this offense and be able to trust it. That's that word. Mm-hmm. Trust your how you read, what you do, your progressions. Frankie now, this is number 0's offense. He controls it. He sets the pace. He tells you where it's going to go. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to give it. Now, it's been a little hiccup earlier. We had a fumble that happened. But the point is that he's been able to grow week by week by week and has just opened up. And this offense has been explosive as of late.
And it's just fun to watch him.
And he can kick, too. Right in the middle again.
That's Frankie.
You got to go get it.
So, I guess, too, he comes off, he's really fired up after a big play like that, but yet still he keeps his composure enough to do a good kickoff.
Matthew Mendez, number 32, along with other Panthers, making the tackle there for Weslaco High. So first possession here for Edinburg North. I think it's imperative, without saying, that they have to match this score. I mean, if you want to stay in this game at this point, Weslaco did their job. That's what they wanted to do. Now you, Edinburg North, have to answer. Has to answer.
And remember, big win last week, first district game of the season for Weslaco. They scored 42 points. Yeah. One more touchdown. They're back to that. They gave up 14. That's what they've given up so far tonight. So it is going to be a rushing play, and they've used a lot of running backs. That's going to gain about 15.
And in talking to some of the fans for the Cougars, we were wondering why Jose Ramirez wouldn't get more carries. There he is, number one. He's an athletic player. I would venture to say probably the best offensive player on this offense.
Who, Ramirez?
Yeah.
Is that his second carry of the night or first?
Explosive first.
Yeah.
And so they've gone into him on flat pass patterns out there, but this is his first carry.
Okay, and got about 15.
Yep.
And going to be another rushing play.
Big hole.
And that is going to be a big hole. That's going to pick up all the way, looks like to the 20. I'm going to call that 35 yards initially.
Omar Alanis, another guy who can run with the ball. You saw it there. Big gashes now on these two previous plays here for the Cougars on this possession. Their first one out of the half. Boy, what did these teams have?
Yeah.
What type of Gatorade did they drink or water at half? They're explosive. Both offenses are explosive here.
So I guess around 25, but still a great run. Another run up the middle.
There it is.
And this time it's going to be about 6 or 7. It looks like Alanis.
Yeah, it is. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Alanis gets it, and then you come back with Ramirez. Do you see Campos here? Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah.
Remember, the reason I bring up number 3 Campos is because he was one of the players that really put into the last scoring possession for Edinburg North through his pass catching. I wonder if he likes to stand in the slot. He's behind the tackle now.
Ball around the 20, gain of about 4 on that last play. We'll see if they keep it on the ground.
And they
do.
Outside.
This time around the right side, and it is going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, it is. That's Angel Rodriguez. We said a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we're not kidding. 3 different guys have touched the ball running on this possession. For the first one for Edinburg North, that's got to be pretty good.
Yes.
They're kind of continuing where they left off, didn't they?
Right. First and goal to go. Ball about the 8-yard line. So just huge chunks on each run. And this time, this looks like it's going to be not much.
The Weslaco defense says, okay, we've seen enough of this. Number 17 is Christian Jimenez, senior linebacker for Weslaco.
Now, do they still have the same back in there that time?
They're going to rotate him. So what we'll do is we'll rotate. We'll keep an eye on it.
Was that Rodriguez?
Rodriguez was out there earlier.
Yeah.
Remember, he got the ball. So we've seen a bunch of different guys now, 3 different ball carriers.
Yeah.
And it's a running back by committee. Back there now, as you're going to see, Alanis. That's Alanis, number 12.
All right, so it might have been Alanis on that last play. Yeah. So it is back to the 11-yard line. Loss on that play, obviously.
Want to throw.
Yep, it's going to be a throwing play this time.
Campos.
And it's Campos.
And Campos is going to score.
Yeah, he's going to score on that. 11-yard touchdown pass.
Nice pass pattern, just goes outside. Has to beat his man off the jump and does. And Campos really leads the team and some of these catches and at least these touchdowns for sure.
No, Campos.
We said earlier that he was a difference maker in the past time they scored.
Right, yeah. He can catch the ball or he can run it. Yeah. For Campos, that's going to be his 3rd touchdown of the season. And as far as Trevino, that'll be his 5th touchdown pass.
That's good. Yeah, good. And the party lights are up and running.
Extra point attempt, as you heard, was up and good. 35-21. Weslaco leads. 8:42 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. This is a KWES production.
I'm a big guy for having to read body language. I'm big into that. And right now, just looking at 2 coaches, both Coach Stroman, who's your head coach, who was a former defensive coordinator, and your defensive coordinator, Coach Eddie Ramirez. Just by looking at their body language, I can tell they're not happy. I mean, and this is just they just talk about this scoring drive where they ran it at will. I'm sure the coaches are like, okay, we did a business to them. They did it right back to us.
Yes.
So I think the adjustment periods are going to have to come. It's going to be a race to the finish.
Well, you got to understand, each team scored a touchdown, and there's only about 3 minutes gone, all right? So on average, it took about 90 seconds for each one. I know, I don't know what the exact time was for each team, but it's something like that.
Question, I'm going to write this down. Question for Coach Damian and Coach Stroman. What did you guys drink at the half? Lots of points scored when they opened.
All right.
This one is a dip kickoff, and that's going to go to the end zone.
So we see one of those this time.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. I think Coach
Montoya.
Gonzalez and the staff, hey, let's make him work for it.
Yeah.
Let's not give it to them at the 30.
What was that slogan? Do it the old-fashioned way, earn it?
Yeah, you got to earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Your offense is counter-punching. Yeah, you like that illustration?
Yes.
So they're counter-punching after they got punched themselves. You
All
did a
right.
good job. So now, how does Weslaco respond?
All these boxing analogies. Remember, they call boxing the sweet science. I don't know where they came up with that. But all right, it is first down and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. Weslaco needs to march up the field 75 yards. Trevino has it, and he's going to run it. Last time he ran that way, he got a touchdown.
Yeah.
This time, he'll pick up a few yards.
That play is exactly what we've been talking about, his maturity in this offense. Goes to his progressions, 1, 2, whatever he likes to call it in the pocket, and then he fields it. He feels the pressure, and then he goes. And that's what he did. He said, look, I don't think I'll be nothing there. I'm going to pick up 2 or 3 yards, and let's do it again.
Okay.
Yep.
Gain of 4. Ball at the 29-yard line. Give it about second down and 6 for Weslaco. Man in motion. Taking his time. Trevino has it. Hands it off this time to Garcia. And he may go all the way. He is at the 30, the 25, and that is going to be a touchdown. Wow. That's a touchdown run of about 70 yards.
Touchdown, Panthers! My goodness, that was fast and furious. We said that this offense, all of a sudden, what got into it? It's like one play, is it in a cloud of dust, basically? I mean, what is this?
So
the Panthers, the big run there by David Garcia. Are we...
Well,
oh boy,
he's got 7 touchdowns now in the season, went over 500 yards rushing on the season tonight. That is up, and it is good. So, with still 8:15, we haven't even done 4 minutes yet in this quarter. 8:15 remaining in the third quarter. 3 touchdowns have been scored, 2 by Weslaco. They lead 42-21. It's like a pinball machine.
If we stay at this pace... Do you understand that we're going to run out of space on the scoreboard?
Yes.
I mean, they only hold 2 digits.
That's funny.
I think. I mean, at this point, you think about it. Look how many points scored.
Do you
here.
remember a quarterback that played for the old St. Louis Cardinals named Neil Lomax?
I remember Lomax.
Well, the reason I bring that up was he played for a school called Portland State.
Okay.
And I think at least once, he had a game where they had 100 points, Portland State.
Oh, boy.
So it was close. It was close.
So we have, 63 points together combined here?
Yeah.
I
think I saw LSU one time score over 70 points against Ray Perkins when he was head coach at Arkansas State. Former Giants head coach, former Alabama head coach.
If you like offense, this is the game to watch for sure. Welcome to a race to the finish. See who gets to 71st.
It'll be interesting to see the final totals, when this thing is all over. By the way, Weslaco, last week, they had 385 yards of offense. They're going to do better than that. And they held La Jolla to 143. Heck, and I'm not trying to make a joke here, but the opposition might get 143 this quarter. There's so far been no defense.
Yeah. So does Weslaco adjust?
Yeah.
How do you slow them down? They're going to want to run the ball. We said earlier the plan was for Edinburg North to have that offensive line, senior-led offensive line for Edinburg North, to control the time of possession. Mm-hmm. Now, they happen to score, which is great.
Right.
But, you try to keep that offense from Weslaco off the field. That hasn't happened yet.
No.
So we'll see if the defense for Weslaco can stiffen up and make some plays here.
And, of course, Coach Drummond likes running the ball. He's definitely been doing that.
Yeah.
Last week, the Coyotes, by the way, they were held to only 10 yards passing. So, Weslaco's got a good defense, regardless of what you're seeing in these last few moments.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of those days, one of those quarters, as they say.
Right up the middle.
A running play up the middle, and that's going to get a few.
What a play.
And that's Angel Rodriguez.
Angel Rodriguez. Coming Matt Gomez. My goodness. Coaches were very excited to have him right back in the starting lineup, number 14, Matt Gomez. You saw why. He's a great tackler. We said earlier about his senior leadership. Obviously, that's one thing. But the fact is that he's one of these guys that, can do all sorts of good things. Matt Gomez in the middle, number 14. An excellent tackle.
Pickup of 1. Second down and 9. Ball at the 26-yard line. Long way to go for the home team, marching toward the south away from the scoreboard in this quarter. And it's going to be a passing play.
Missed
and
tackle.
It's caught. Missed tackle. And this one may go to the house. 20, 10, and tackled at the 10. But that is a huge pickup. My gosh, that was about 62 yards.
And guess who? The leading receiver on the team, Aaron Campos, number 3. Yeah, that's a great play by Campos. And really, that should have been held to a minimal gain. Well, but Ryan Gonzalez came up and he was trying to tackle, but good move there by Campos.
And I think Campos now is very close to 300 yards for the season in receptions.
Right. Yeah, he's a really good player for the Edinburg North team.
All right, so the ball is first and goal around the 10-yard line. Huge pickup on that last play. And again, it's going to be a running play, sweep to the right, but this time Weslaco sniffs it out.
Yeah, Matt Gomez, even though he was held, but nobody threw a flag, he still made the tackle. Yeah. Excellent play there to bring down number 12, Omar Lames. Matt Gomez.
Yeah. And number 12, wasn't he the starting running back?
He was, and he continues to be. I mean, he's up there a lot. He's got a lot of the majority of the carries have gone to him. You'll see a couple of the guys come in. We've already seen those. Yeah. I just think Jose Ramirez, number 1, he's been more of a pass catcher than a runner. See if they give it to him here.
So after the loss, got to go a little farther, but they're trying to pick up a few on that play. Yeah. Alanis again.
Hinojosa along with who's out in that middle. Hinojosa was one of those guys. And you had Justin Zamora, number 52, in there as well. Those guys are in there, number 53 in there as well. It was Jacob Ramos.
Okay, going to have a timeout, yeah. So that is just interesting go. Now, I want to talk. We enjoyed the bands at halftime.
Yes.
And I did hear at the end that the Edinburg North Band is going to be in a competition tomorrow.
Yes.
So Weslaco is too. Talk about this.
So they're breaking it down into different valleys, a different part of the valley, I
think Edinburg North's going to McAllen.
Yes, they are. So Weslaco, so if you're a fan of the band, and why wouldn't you be?
Yes.
Of the Weslaco High School Corps, the band, they will be, take a note, they will be competing in San Benito, the San Benito Pigskin Jubilee competition. That's Pigskin, better known as Pigskin. The band is going to be out there now. Make sure you get there early. They don't perform. They're slated to perform until 10 o'clock is what I understand.
Night?
Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow evening, which is great because it'll be cool by that time.
Now, Edinburg North, they're, I think, in McAllen, right?
McAllen, different
and they're
time.
at 9:15.
Yeah. So Weslaco 618 will be at Bobby Morrow Stadium. Bobby Morrow Stadium tomorrow night. I would say get there about 9. Get yourself maybe a late dinner and then just make it a trip out there. I might do that. I think that's something to think about. I really do. I really want this Weslaco Panther Corps is just phenomenal.
Yes.
They do a great job. They're still here. Do they know they got to play tomorrow? Anybody told them? No, they know. They had a great performance at the half. I'm sure they tidied up. Their performance. Looking forward to it.
Something they need to teach you, tidy up.
Tidy up.
All joking aside, 5:35 remaining here, and it's going to be third and goal around the 10-yard line. So let's see if it's a pass or running play. They've had success at both this half. Campos is going to get it.
No, they wanted to go to Campos, and then looks like at the end they ended up going to number 1, Jose Ramirez. But there's a flag on the play. I don't know if there was a hold early by Weslaco.
Did he get in?
See. No, he didn't.
I didn't think so.
It was broken up by the Panthers.
Yeah, all right.
So we'll see. The initial call looks like it's going to be a holding on one of the receivers on the outside for Edinburg North. Mm-hmm. We'll let Rick Rodriguez, the referee, tell us.
The white hat.
White hat. There he is. Oh, 5 men in the back there. Okay.
So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty?
Right.
That'll take it back to about the 15.
Right. So we do this just a little further away. It's third down still. Fourth down territory, do you think?
Yeah, let me look. Let me think. Yeah.
Okay. Just because of the score, you think you need points quickly?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Weslaco, they've had trouble stopping them on offense.
True.
So 3 points isn't going to be near enough.
Okay.
But again, maybe they don't want to just lose all the momentum by not getting any points. There's a way to look at it. All right, we have another timeout on why we do. I do want to ask you another question. We said we talk about this. Mr. Flores.
Yeah.
The man who the stadium's named after. Tell us about him.
A phenomenal man. I mean, he was a leader of men. You can honestly say that. You talk to coaches, and they'll tell you every coach that I know, somehow one way or the other, talks about Richard Flores. Mm-hmm. I'll give you this story. We were at the radio station. We were doing our thing, and we said, Coach, we would love to talk to you. They were about to name this stadium for him.
Okay.
He was still here, and he was.
Still was with
us.
us.
We asked him, hey, so what do you think? He says, Fred, I would love to, but I don't do interviews on the phone. I'd rather go in person.
Okay.
Him and his wife came up to our studios. We're there.
That's back in your 710 radio?
That was back in the 710 radio days, and he did a full-blown interview. We talked about his coaching career. A lot of that stuff didn't make the air because it was too long. Mm-hmm. And his wife was great to talk to as well, and she said, I put up with him for so many years, but you know what? I learned a lot. And he says he taught a lot of these men that are now coaches.
He coached in
Edinburg,
yes,
right? Yes.
For Edinburg High School.
So to the point where any coach in the Valley that has been here for some time, you talk to them about Richard Flores, every coach has something to share, and it's always positive and what type of man he was. And they named the stadium after him.
Yeah.
Very well done.
All right. Well, that's a nice tribute to him. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see him coach, or was that before?
I was in high school when I saw him coach. He was coaching back in the 80s. So, I saw him when I was a young man.
But you saw him
myself.
As a student, not as a broadcaster.
Exactly.
All right. That's cool. So it's going to be back about the 15-yard line. Let's see what they can do. It's going to be a pass play toward the end zone. And Intercepted, yes.
That's going to be number 80, Javi Villa. It looks like him. Well, the guy to make an interception, they have the right guy, number 80, right in the middle, Javi Villa. His first interception of the year. Mm-hmm. I mean, I call him Javi. I'm calling his dad's name. That's Jacob Villa.
Yeah, I don't want to correct you.
Jacob.
Did his dad come out of retirement?
Yeah, his dad was like, you're not wrong. Continue saying my name.
Well, Jacob, we've seen him do sacks this year, okay? We've seen him get sacks.
Jacob is interesting. If anybody can catch that ball, it's going to be Jacob. Wait a minute. We have a flag down.
All right.
The officials are meeting. I don't know if it was maybe afterwards. But Jacob is a receiver by trade. He was part of the 7-on-7 team, and he was a really good receiver. It wasn't until they needed guys that can tackle and was tough and rough and tough, and they brought number 80 on, and, man, he showed his hand skills there. Mm-hmm. Interception by Jacob Villa, number 80. I guess we'll be okay.
Now, would he be on the hands team and start kickoffs? All right. So what happened?
So basically, I think the Weslaco try to run it out.
All right.
And they're giving it back to Weslaco. It looks like at the 1 yard line. That's dangerous.
No, 99 yards to go, guys.
I thought he had gotten it in the he had gone tackle in the end zone. I thought so, but maybe not.
All right. Well, you got to be real careful. Do they practice this kind of thing much?
Yeah, quarterback sneak.
All right.
But how do you do quarterback sneak when you're 5 yards down the field? Do that.
Yeah.
Give it to David Garcia. He'll take care of the rest for you.
David did a kind of good job there, all right? So he got the ball about 20 yards, maybe 19.
Yeah, that's a big run, and that defense had to go a long way to chase him down. You would figure, look, we're playing right at the line. Why not try to, disrupt the play? But they gave up a big yard. Now Weslaco has gotten out of their own shadow of the end zone.
Yes.
And now they're moved up a little bit now.
And so David, looks like this could be a 100-yard rushing night for him. We'll see as time goes on. All right. This time it's Frankie, and he's going to get 3 or 4.
I think we're getting to the time, maybe after this quarter, maybe not necessarily now, where I say, okay, we've seen enough of this running by number 0. How about if we let somebody else run the ball?
Well, what do you mean, take them out, or just let someone else run it?
I said just let other guys run with it. I get it.
You keep him in, though, right?
Yeah, Frankie stays in. I just think, hey,
because I still think the way it's been going, you can't take him out yet.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, right? I'm Coach Peña, which I'm not. But if I was, I would say, hey, just give it to 23.
All right. So gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
That's
ball around the 24. Well, no, you want them to be around. We've got a lot more district games to go. Here's the pass play. And it is down to the
Excellent
35.
catch.
It's caught.
Yeah, that's D'Angelo Gonzalez. Had a monster game, the young junior, last week. He continues on his streak wearing those cool shoes.
Yeah. No,
with the cool stones, those nice looking diamonds that his sister put in the shoes all night.
Last week, 2 catches for 45 yards, and that touchdown for the season came into the game. 4 catches for 81 yards in the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. Double-digit gain on that pass. This time Frankie has it again, doing what football Fred doesn't want to see, but he's making some good yardage. He's out at about the 45-yard line. It looked like he got about 8 or 9 on the quarterback keeper. Let's see where they marked him out.
I will say this.
Well, he got out earlier than that. It's only about 5.
Yeah, you're right. He practices during pregame. I saw him running some zigzags. Basically what that is the quarterback would stop and then he would run, fake, and then zag the other way. He's been really good at being on those runs.
Yeah.
He's been able to zig and zag his way for touchdowns.
Isn't zigzag one of the candies you like to eat?
I like it a lot.
Fred likes anything that's good
and
good. Tasty and sweet.
All
right, long pass play, and it's up there. And, it didn't happen.
They hit Frankie at the end, and that was kind of a driving type of tackle.
Who's that for?
That's on Frankie. Number 10 came up and made a hit. That's
who's the intended?
The intended receiver was on the middle was Luna.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was watching Frankie because coach is upset. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he might go talk to the official.
I think he's taking a timeout just for that reason.
On the previous on the previous play, he threw the ball, and then a player came up and hit Frankie after the play.
Yeah.
He had thrown the ball. That's not the issue. The issue is the driving and putting your weight on him.
Okay.
You've seen that at the college and NFL level. This happened here, and I think coach is upset that there was no flag for it. I don't know. Maybe he's talking to Frankie about it, but Frankie gets up kind of like, okay, help me out here.
Yeah.
Somebody, where are the yellow hankies when we need them?
Right.
But it was a good tackle, but it seemed like it could have very easily been a penalty.
Fred, let's take a look at some scores. I know these games have moved on a little bit since we looked them up, but give us an idea what's going on in the Valley.
Sure. We'll look at some of the games now. Keep in mind, some of these games were just at the half or close to the half. The one that we were keeping an eye on was obviously Weslaco East. Weslaco East, if you're just watching this broadcast, not flipping back and forth, but it was 36-0 during homecoming night for Weslaco East, the Wildcats, over Donna North, the Chiefs there. So that was one. Another one we kept, and I'll give it to you here after this play, is a good one that we're keeping an eye on, Los Fresnos and San Benito in a minute.
3rd down and 5, ball around the 40-yard line. Let's see what happens on this play following the timeout. Long count. Liel hands it off. And it is going to go a little short of the first down.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 4th down. Luna. I think if you're Weslaco, do you go for it here?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 minutes left in the third quarter, right? You still stay aggressive?
Yeah, I think so.
So remember,
you want to make a statement. Again, it can backfire. I realize that. But as I used to say, no guts, no glory.
But you've got a 21-point lead, 20-point lead.
Yeah, you want to make that statement, especially the way that the offense has been doing well for the Cougars this quarter.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Let's see what happens. Maybe they will try to draw him off sides. And it's going to be Frankie. Can't blame him this time.
Nope.
And he is going to go to the 30, to the 20, and he is going to go all the way, I believe.
Touchdown, Frankie.
Yeah, touchdown for Frankie, and that is going to be about 55 yards.
Shows you the speed.
Right. 5th touchdown of the night. That's running, one passing.
He's got enough touchdowns to fill all your digits on one hand. Touchdown, Panthers!
Yes.
My goodness, what a run. How fast was Frankie? Jacob Foz, number 2, had an angle on him. Couldn't catch him. Wow.
So it is now 48-21, extra point attempt coming up. It is up.
It hit the one of the up bars.
All right, so no good. So with 2:24 remaining here in the third quarter, it is now 48-21. Weslaco leading Edinburg North at Flores Stadium. This is a KWES production, and the Frankie watch continues.
Hey, Frankie, you see this spot on the bench? That belongs to you, my friend. You take a seat. I will bring you water. Heck, I'll go buy him something at the snack bar right now and take it to him if need be.
That's funny.
Hey, let's go back. Kidding aside, Los Fresnos has the lead over San Benito. Late third quarter score, 31-9. Los Fresnos. Why am I giving you that score? They're not even in our district. You're probably saying.
Right.
True. But did you know that if Weslaco High wins tonight, they will be the big school representative if they were to make the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Why does Los Fresnos and San Benito is so important? The loser of this game would probably be the first round playoff opponent for Weslaco High.
Okay.
You see? I told you there was a reason. You should pay attention to this.
All right, teacher. You said you used to be a substitute teacher.
I'm telling you, it's coming all back to me in pieces, little pieces.
Well, I'm going to be the math teacher here. And what balance here, huh? Frankie, 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half, 3 in the second half, and between all that, he also threw a touchdown.
So when he waves at you, hey, that's how many touchdowns you had, huh?
Yeah.
5.
Well, 6.
6 technically, you're right.
Yeah, no, well, six rushing and one passing. I can tell you were an English teacher, not a math teacher. And don't get me wrong, I'm not very good at it either.
Did you say 1 plus 2, 3?
Yeah,
No.
No, you're going to say, are you the guy that says 1 plus 1 is 3?
1 plus 1 is 3.
Yeah.
We're sticking with that. Yeah.
All right. No, we can have a little fun because we're just so excited about Frankie. The growth, he's a nice young man.
It's a record.
Talking
it's a record for him. I mean, this is as much as
I wonder what the Panthers' record is.
That's a good question.
I don't know. Does anybody like a Mike Gonzalez have something like that? Maybe?
Let me get the team on it. Team assemble.
Yeah. Well, maybe next week we'll have it. So ball back around the 30-yard line. And, again, Edinburg North want to try to get something going. They had a pretty good third quarter on offense.
Yeah.
And this time it's going to be a sweep, and it's going to get down near the 35. Who this time on their carousel running backs?
They like Alanis.
Yeah.
They've been going to him as of late.
All right.
Why not? He's done a good job.
Yeah. You're kind of my spotter for the running backs tonight because they bring so many.
They rotate him so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in all the time.
So Fred's kind of helping me out with that.
I think our research team left for the night after the 5th touchdown.
That's right. So it's going to be second and about 5, run up the middle. This time, no do.
No. That defense says, wait a minute.
They were looking for him.
Yeah, a couple of guys there that were up to no good. Number 32. Mentioned him a couple of times already. That's Matthew Mendes.
And I think William Cannon, too.
Yeah, Cannon was in there. You've got a bunch of Panthers up there now starting to wreak havoc. Number 48 for this Panther team. That seems to be Pablo Villarreal, number 48, the sophomore.
All right.
Young sophomore is in there.
So third down. Still about 5. Again. Looking for their first win tonight, Edinburg North. They're 0-1. Weslaco 1-0 in district.
Yeah,
incomplete.
Number 58 also in there. We're giving you some of the numbers of some of the Panthers that have made it in. Jacob, number 58, that is Aiden Rodriguez, has made it in there. Let me double-check his name. Yeah, that's Aiden Rodriguez, number 58. Part of the rotation on the defensive line, number 98. Alexander Jimenez, another young sophomore. So right now, folks, the line you see, except for William Cannon, is very young team now.
Yeah, by the way, he was the only defensive returnee on the line.
Yeah. A lot of young players there for the Panthers.
Okay.
Ryan Gonzalez, who's not a young guy.
No.
He's a full-blown senior this year.
All right. Not going to go for it on 4th and 5 this time.
Oh, no.
Not in their own territory at
not here.
35. They're going to punt it.
You got to watch Ryan. Ryan
Gonzalez.
He's ultra-aggressive. I wonder if they're going to kick to him now. They're not.
No.
Smart move.
I give them A for intelligence.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
not artificial intelligence.
Keep it away from
regular
number 3. Keep it away from number 3.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're going to see, you would think, a lot of running from here on in, no matter who's in. And maybe we'll see the late Freddie Fender's grandnephew.
Maybe.
Who is that? That is Mr.
Yeah, number 20. That's David Pettis.
Yeah, David Pettis.
We might see also number 33. That's another guy that we like to see, Andres Valdez.
Oh, he had a nice game last week.
Yeah, he might be one that we might see before as well, before it's all said and done, sure.
Yeah, these are some guys, some backup running backs that when they get their opportunity, they give it a good try. Yeah. By the way, last week, Valdez had 3 carries, but 18 yards. So in his short work effort, he averaged 6 yards a carry.
Yep.
Can't criticize that. So it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 45-yard line.
Luna's going to carry this.
Luna's going to carry this time, and for a moment it looked like he had an opening. But still going to get something out of nothing. Actually, before it's done, 8 or 9.
Yeah, well, he cuts it back. He's got that ability to stop on a dime that is illustrated here. When he stops for a second, plants his foot, cuts back inside. He's got that availability to where really it was nothing there, and it just sprinted and picks up your right, 7-8 yards.
Yep, and number 10 had the tackle on that one, I heard.
Yeah, that's number 10. That's Jaden Rodriguez, the young junior linebacker, number 10.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 3, right around midfield, maybe just in Edinburg North territory. And this time, Frankie's going to throw, and he's going to loft it down, trying to get Luna.
Whoa.
And Luna fell.
Yeah, Luna was wide open, too.
Yeah, he
Luna
fell.
That would have been 6 if he would have stayed up. Nice pass by Frankie. He looks over to – that's interesting. He looks over to Coach Joe Peña, who's the offensive coordinator, and he goes, well, I tried.
I tried.
He was there.
So, well, we're not going to give any criticism to Luna. All the good job he's done running and catching the ball. And even on defense, right, over his career.
Well,
he's made some big plays on defense.
He's one of these guys that you put the ATH, the athlete label on him.
Yeah. All right, so it's going to be 3rd down. Needs several. And this time, guess who? Frankie's going to just get there, maybe get an extra yard. Probably got about 4.
Yeah, he's being one of these guys that has done a fantastic job.
And, you say don't want to have him run, but, as competitive as he is, he wants those first downs.
Well, of course, he's a senior.
Yeah.
He's got only a handful of these left.
Yeah,
right?
and remember, this guy wasn't a quarterback for years here. He was a receiver last year, so this is his spotlight year. His one and only in that area.
Right.
I mean, I know he had several touchdown receptions as a receiver and had some big plays, but now he is the man. So 1st and 10 at the 45 of Edinburg North. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Busy 3rd quarter.
That's going to be Valdez.
Yeah, Valdez has it. We talked about him. And we talked about him averaging 6 yards a carry last game. Got about that this time.
He's up to his average for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Valdez doing a good job. And looks like we're going to head over to the 4th quarter.
All right, a big quarter for both teams scoring, though Weslaco got the better end of it. And we've played 3 quarters here at Flores Stadium. It's district action, 31-6A. Weslaco leads Edinburg North, 48-21. This is a KWES production, and it seems to me, tell me football, Fred, obviously it was like a pinball game, each team scoring big plays, but it seems like the Weslaco defense has settled down a little.
Yes, it has. I think they've kind of adjusted to the run. And you got to give credit to the Cougars, Coach Gonzalez, and the rest of the staff for being able to come back, and they adjusted at half as well. They were able to come back in and really get started. And now getting started, we're going to see a change at quarterback here in the 4th quarter. Carlo Castillo, the young junior, number 15, is back in.
That's good.
And we're going to get to see number 20 in there as well. The running back, David Perez, the young sophomore, is in there as well.
So I always say this, since he is related to Freddie Fender, at least he's getting some playing time. It's not a wasted day or wasted night for him.
You've been waiting all week for that, haven't you?
No, and he doesn't mind me doing this. I think his mother listens. I mean, they all know this is because I was a big Freddie Fender fan growing up. Even in Chicago, a Yankee boy in Chicago growing up listening to a great Tejano singer like Freddie Fender on WLS radio. So, and what a voice, you know. And that was, of course, one of his biggest hits. I think you like one of the other big ones.
The Teardrop Falls.
Yeah.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, and both were great songs. Got a lot of play on all kinds of national radios, pop radio stations. All right, here's the run play. And I'm going to tell you what, that is going to go 45 yards for the touchdown.
I know. Felipe Pruneda put his hands on his helmet, standing right in front of the yellow flag.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't do it. Aw, man.
So you're telling me Perez is not going to get that touchdown?
He's not going to get it.
But nice run.
Yeah, Coach Stroman is asking for an explanation, and Felipe Pruneda is telling him, I just blocked him, Coach. It wasn't a takedown.
So that would have been a 45-yard touchdown run for Perez.
It's great, when you come up there and you've done something, you come and say, I didn't do it. I see that the crowd
crowd's not happy.
They don't like
and
it either.
Weslaco came out great as always. I look around the stands here. A lot of people in the visiting stands tonight. And a good crowd also for North.
They took that back from David. They were like upset.
Oh, no. That is going to cause me to have a teardrop. You like that?
I like that. Very well incorporated.
Yeah, that's right.
Man.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. I think right now, the late Freddie Fender, he's on the water tower in San Benito. He's probably even frowning right now.
Yeah, he's saying, come on, guys. Come on. Well, if anything else, you're starting to see now, obviously, the future of the Panthers. You have. I mean, Luna's just a junior. The only one that's a senior here that obviously is going to be Frankie Trevino, your quarterback.
Right.
But speaking of a quarterback, now you have number 15 in here.
Yeah, talk about Carlo
and let's talk about Carlo Castillo. We mentioned earlier that he's a young man who's very poised.
Right.
I said earlier, and we were talking about it during a non-district, where Carlo can become a gunslinger now. Whether they let him throw it or not tonight, we'll see. But whether that's in the cards or whether he's just going to give it to the running back or keep it himself.
Let me say, so far he's 4 for 8 passing this season, with 28 yards and 1 interception. Last week he came in and he was 1 for 1 passing for 9 yards.
Right.
So
that's good. That means that he's getting a little bit of some playing time, and so he's going to try his best to try to do that. That's always a good thing, I think.
So it's going to be second down and about 12. They have to get to the 35. They're at the 47 right now. We're talking about Weslaco in the territory of the home team, moving toward the south end zone away from the scoreboard. Castillo will go the rest of the way. And this is going to be a running play similar to the one a moment ago.
Yeah.
And it's going to get about 5 or 6.
And that's a nice run by Garcia.
Yeah, by Garcia.
I think we're going to get – David Pettis.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. They're both Davids.
Yeah, David Pettis is the one that I think we're going to get – he's finally healthy.
Yeah.
Remember he had an ankle that was bothering him, and it was just not 100%. And I think now, in talking to the coaches, he was close to 100% last week. So I think we're finally going to get to see a healthy David Perez, number 20.
3rd and 3 coming up. Ball at the 33-yard line. Just want to run clock now.
Yep.
That's going to be one of the key things. Get everybody out of here as healthy as possible for both teams.
Sure.
I do want to ask you something here in a moment about playoff implications for both teams where they are now, if Weslaco winds up winning, okay? So that time, that was that a...
Yeah, that was Luna.
Luna. I thought that was Luna. I'm surprised Luna's in there.
Yeah,
but
Jonathan Ramirez also. I think it's time.
Yeah, well, it is.
Hey, number 2, take a spot right next to number 0. Right here. That's where we're going to put you in. They're bringing him out. I think that was his last carry.
So he got to the 30 for the first down. And, again, he's getting a pat on the head from one of the coaches.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, he's had a very busy night, obviously.
Right. So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 30. And again, another running play, and this time about 5 yards.
Yeah, and they'll be content with running the ball that way, and every now and then maybe a little quick pass pattern that basically adds up to being a run. You have different players out there. We mentioned D'Angelo.
Yeah, Perez, by the way, had that run.
D'Angelo Gonzalez, number 13, is out there. Now you have number 10 out there as well, Justin Elizondo, who's a returner from last year. I really like him a lot. Mm-hmm. Number 18 is another player now in there. That's Trey Landeros, a young junior. He's in the slot, number 18. Watch him. They might go that route to these young guys out there.
All right, 2nd and 5. Elizondo, by the way, this year, 3 receptions for 31 yards, had 1 for 9 yards last week. This time, trying to go around left, not much.
Yeah, nothing there. On the offensive line, we got to give them some love. Got some guys in there that are still playing. Number 68, obviously, is Julian Longoria. He's still in there. Number 66, big left tackle out there is Andy Munoz, senior. Number 72 is in there. We talked about Matt Reyes. He's in there as well. Number 55 is in there. That is Gavin Jimenez. We'll finish out in 51.
Still several yards to go. Gain of 1 or 2 on that last play.
Diego Salazar at the end as well.
Gotcha. A lot of names.
Yep.
Going to be a pass play maybe, and it's thrown downfield. Incomplete.
And nothing there. There was a lot of Navy jerseys in that area. Yeah. Carlo tried to fit it in there. Just there was nothing there. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. Do you try a long field goal? Or do you go for it?
No, you just keep running.
Keep running the ball.
By the way, Pruneda was the intended receiver.
Yeah, you don't need the points, obviously.
No.
So this point, just run.
No,
the
you
clock.
just run it.
Okay.
Again, it'd be a very, very long field goal. I mean, I guess if you feel you need the practice, but that would be probably Frankie. And we don't need him in there on any situation. But there's the first down, and that is going to go down to the 10-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 12 this time by David.
Yeah, nice running there. You can see the patience. Now, obviously, he's Brian Morado make the tackle, the linebacker for the Cougars. But, yeah, this is good. This is good to see some of these guys out there. This is obviously going to be their year next year.
By the way, they are at the 10, so it is going to be first and goal to go. Sorry, Fred.
No. I mean, that's just saying that, hey, it's good to see these guys get some reps.
Yeah.
That's the key.
So, again, this time quarterback keeper, it looks like.
Carlo.
Yeah, Carlo gets a few. Do you like Carlo's running ability? I mean, there's only one Frankie Trevino.
I was about to say that I haven't really seen run that much. That was really one of the few plays.
Right.
He hasn't played enough to see him run.
I think he has like 2 carries for minus 2 yards this year
so
or something
I
like that.
would like to have a better display of it, to see on
better sample.
Better sample, good word, to be able to see what he can do. Mm-hmm. This would be it. We still got a long quarter, 8:45.
So ball at about the 7 now. And this time he has it again, and he is going to get away from one tackler, but he loses about 3 back to the 10.
Yeah, that's going to be a face mask on the defense for the Cougars. Carlo was trying to stop, and they grabbed his face mask.
Right.
So that's going to give him another first down and a big 15-yard penalty.
By the way, Frankie Trevino, if you're just tuning in, 6 touchdown runs, 1 passing touchdown.
6
and that
touchdowns?
was 57 yards, that pass.
My goodness. So let's talk a little bit about Edinburg North.
I think I got that right. Yeah, because the other one was by David Garcia. Remember his long one?
Yeah.
So 7 rushing touchdowns, 6 by Frankie. David Garcia had 1, and Frankie had 1 passing touchdown. The reason the score is 48, 1 extra point was missed tonight.
Right. That's a big offensive explosion.
Yeah. And again, another running play, this time around the left side. Looks like it'll be a little short that time for David.
He tried to dive in there.
Yeah.
He got to the 1 maybe, inside the 1 maybe. Great play by number 33, Vicente Capadona.
All right.
Capadona, once his night is over with, he's still going to be the leading tackler on the team.
Yes.
That guy's everywhere.
All right, so
yeah.
Are we, second and goal to go? Is it second? Yeah,
second.
And we're at the 1-yard line. So let's see if they get over the 50-point mark.
Coming off the edge.
A problem on the handoff there, and just as he was handing it off, we saw Rios coming in.
That was a blitz off the edge.
So Rios came in and just planted Perez.
Yeah, nobody blocked him. Nobody picked up that block that picked up the blitz on there, and that was a great tackle.
So third down, I think goal to go from about the 5.
I was going to say quarterback sneak, but Weslaco uses the gun so much out of the runs empty set that they're 4 yards behind the center.
And the key is they probably used up at least 3 or 4 minutes on this drive, which is the important thing, even more than whether they score or not. Third down, it's a running play to the left side and maybe a yard gain by Perez.
Yeah, this is good. You're running the clock, continuing to keep this defense running back and forth. Eventually, you figure that something might break here. They might get in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're hoping if you're the offensive line, trying to run them as much as possible.
It was 55 on the tackle. Yeah. Who was that?
Number 55.
Yeah,
that's a big number 55. That's Dominic Villarreal, the defensive end for the Cougars.
Trying to give some of the Edinburg North players a little love, too.
Sure.
Because that was a good play.
It was. So far, 2 really good plays by this defense. All
right. So now what do we do? It's 4th. I think you go for it. I don't think you do a field goal, but just want to make sure. It's symbolic to go over 50, but not worth it. All right. Pass play.
That's a flag.
Incomplete.
Yeah, that's a flag. Obviously, there was a push in the back before the ball even got there. Justin Elizondo was the intended receiver.
Okay.
And he got pushed in the back. The whole Panther Nation here all of a sudden said, wait a minute.
So is it down to the 1 again?
So it's down to 1 to the gun, but now what's going to happen now, if it's pass interference or it should be a push, probably pass interference is going to give him a first down.
So we're going to see the Panther push here?
The Panther push, maybe. Well, wait a minute. We're too far. We're at the 3-yard line. 4-yard line.
Yeah, that's too far. I know you like to say it, so
that would have to be the Panther push.
All right.
Yeah, we have to do it twice. Yeah, pass interference.
And it's nice how the fans have stayed, even for Weslaco.
Well, sure.
I mean, I know their parents and stuff, but still, it's
they got
nice.
They got to high five their players afterwards.
Yeah.
They got to take pictures. You forget, and we don't. We know this.
And you're available for cameos.
I am. I will give you a high five for the small fee.
Do you know what a cameo is? It's
Camel?
Cameo.
Oh, no, Cameo?
Yeah, it's where you have a service where
Was it an 80s band?
No, never mind. It wasn't an 80s band. Never mind. All right, maybe some other time. It's going to be a run to the left side and a touchdown.
Carlo
Is that Carlo?
Castillo
Got the rushing touchdown.
Well, you wanted to see his running ability.
I liked it there.
Touchdown Panthers! Man.
Yeah. So he got about a 3 or 4 yard touchdown run. And on the night, if I got boy, this is where my math is going to be challenged. I believe that is the 8th rushing touchdown for Weslaco tonight. 7 by the quarterbacks. 6 by Trevino, 1 by Castillo, and 1 by David Garcia. How you like that?
Have you been eating carrots again? Is that what's good for memory or vision?
No,
that's for vision.
My vision.
What's good for memory?
I've got new glasses. That doesn't even do me any good. But
what's good for
all
memory?
Right. So do we get the extra point attempt in, or do they call
Not yet. There was looked like there was an injury. That's still an injury.
I got you. Is
so
that Weslaco?
No, that's for Edinburg North.
All right.
The young man is on.
All right.
On some
I do want to ask you this.
Yep.
All right. Playoff implications. I know it's early, but people like this, and we are not players or coaches. We are sort of fans in our own way.
Right.
Edinburg North. Are they still in it at all?
So tonight, this was a very important game for Edinburg North. Mm-hmm. You go 0-2 in this district.
Yeah, they got 3 more district games.
Well, so the thing about it is, so if you look at the next games that Edinburg North has, they got to play La Jolla. All right,
could be a win.
It could be, depends. And then they've got to play PSJ High.
That's tough.
And then they close out the year against their cross-town rival, the Edinburg North Bobcats. Edinburg High Bobcats.
All right. Could they? How many wins possibly would they need?
I think at this point you got to get at least 3 of those. I mean,
all
at this
3
point,
of them?
all 3 of them at this point.
All right.
Because you've remember you've still got to play PSJ and Edinburg. So you've let's say that you have a good game and you're able to beat La Jolla. Now you're forced to kind of beat these other 2 teams because those teams have won already. Remember, Edinburg won last night.
All right, okay. Now let's jump away, and most of our listeners probably into Weslaco, obviously. So what about Weslaco? How much more do they need to get to the playoffs?
Well, again, basically
they're 2-0 with 3 games remaining.
They're in good shape. Why do I say that? Well, they've got 3 games left as well, but the big one is going to be next week. Mm-hmm. I believe that game next week is probably going to be PSJ High. Will probably be for the winner will have the front runner will be the front runner for the district championship.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, Weslaco has PSJ High at home. Then they travel to Edinburg and they finish in the season against Economides.
Okay. And Economides is a team
that
really
much better.
Oh my gosh, they started out real
improved.
strong in non-district.
Real
surprise. Will they be the surprise of the region this year?
They have been. I think a lot of teams will tell you they've got a good coach. Salas there has done a good job. I think good things are going to happen.
All right,
kick us up.
Well, the player came off for the Cougars, and that was good news. So we have 6:14 remaining here in the game. 55-21, Weslaco leads Edinburg North. This is a KWES production.
So basically, all these games are important, but now they have special significance. Mm-hmm. We said earlier, Edinburg North needs to basically win out in order for them to claim a spot. And we mentioned earlier, PSJ won last night, and Edinburg High won last night. They haven't. They haven't won a game yet. So they're at this point they're going to have to be desperate to try to get a game.
Let me just throw this in because they are part of our city, meaning where Weslaco is. How is East doing about playoffs?
Weslaco is doing fine. If they win tonight,
if the East wins tonight,
remember they themselves have to face the toughest part of their schedule still to come.
Who, East?
Yeah, East does. They have to play PSJ North still. They haven't played PSJ North, which is probably the top team there. They still need to play Corpus Christi Veterans.
That's tough, right?
They still need to play Harlingen South. So those are the toughest games. Can they get 1 or 2 from there?
But how many wins do you think they need to get to the playoffs?
Sometimes in that district, you say, well, 4 games will get you in. Well, not necessarily. Remember, it's a big district. So at this point, I think Weslaco East is in good shape. I always thought that it was going to be Weslaco East, PSJ North, as we see the kickoff here. Returned back by looks at number 12. That's going to be Alanis on the return. Okay. I always thought it was Weslaco East. I always thought Weslaco East, PSJ North, Flower Bluff. All right, was going to be one of the top teams that were going to be in there, and then you take your pick, whoever else you want to put in there. The 14 Weslaco East, are they going to climb in there? Harlingen South is a tough squad. Yeah, Weslaco East must beat them. All right. Will that happen? They lost against Flower Bluff. Weslaco East did. Mm-hmm. So they've got to rack up some wins. But I think they're in a good spot after tonight. Yeah. They beat Donna. They beat PSJ Memorial. So they're in good shape. I think if you're a Wildcat fan, I think you're rooting for them, and I think they'll do good.
All right, that sounds good. We hope both teams get in.
Yes, yes.
So it is first down and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. Another running play, and this time no go.
Adrian Marroquin, number 17 now. Another Marroquin joins the party.
Was that Alanis again?
That was Alanis who was running earlier.
Yeah.
This was number 17, Adrian Marroquin.
Okay.
Yeah, Marroquin has come in.
He
there.
started the game.
Started the game. They like to get him going in there, so don't be surprised. I mean, we're not surprised to see these type of things we knew were going to happen.
Yeah.
On the defensive side now, we have some players for Weslaco High I want to give some credit to. Daniel Navarro, the senior, number 78 is in there. Number 92, that is Adrian Bernaldi Jr. is in there. Number 35 is in there also. That is Derek Fonseca.
And it is
defensive
now.
end.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be gain of 1 on that. A second down and 9. Another running play, not much, maybe another yard or 2.
Now, the only guy that I forgot to mention is the guy that made the tackle, number 42, made the tackle. That was Ethan Gutierrez for the Panthers. Again, back and forth they go. Number 31 was in there. That was Gabriel Navarro.
I think 24 made the tackle.
Yeah, number 24 for the Panthers. Well, it's Ray Castro, the junior. Yeah, he's in there as well, playing linebacker. He's one of these guys that can play linebacker, but he's versatile enough that he can play on the defensive line. He's unique. He's a unique player.
So you think
Ray is.
They're going to do any more switching of the running backs, or we're going to?
I think so. I think you're probably going to see other guys. We see back there right now is Adrian Marroquin, the young junior.
He had the last 2 runs.
Number 17, he's in there now.
Right. And this time a pass play over to the left side. And it is going to be close. It's going to actually get the first down, I believe.
Devin Solis is in there, number 11. Number 16 is in there as well. There's Benjamin Reyes, number 16 is in there. He's going to have to.
I think Castro made the tackle. Who got the reception?
Yeah, it looks like they went out there. It looked like there was number 17. That looked to be Adrian Marroquin. It looked like from here. All
right, and Castro got the tackle. Another injury timeout.
Yeah, that was number 16. We were just talking about him making a play. Christian Jimenez. No, check that. That's Benjamin Reyes, the senior.
All right. He's walking off gingerly. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah. Hopefully be okay.
Yeah. He got up pretty quick. That's at least a good sign.
So you're starting to see, once again, some of these other players come on in and make their contribution.
Mm-hmm.
A big win here that it's upcoming for Weslaco High, 55-21.
Didn't you tell me that Coach was almost a little upset that we went from Thursday to Friday? They actually had 8 days to get ready, right?
The thing
he was ready maybe yesterday to play?
He said, this week seems to go so slow. It's been so long. I said, Coach, you too? Yeah, we played on Thursday. We're just tired of hitting each other. We got to go out there and hit somebody else.
That's funny. All right, so the ball is first down at the 40-yard line. Fumble and
cleared out.
Yep. The quarterback covers it, but he's going to lose about 5.
One of your corners is Kike Rodriguez, number 19. Estevanes, number 31, is still in there. Number 25 for the Panthers, that is J.D. Martinez, is in there as well. Covered all the Panthers that are in there now.
Well,
making their
by the way,
contribution.
last week Estevanes had 7 tackles and 1 sack, huh?
Yeah.
And also last week, William Cannon had a sack. I think he had one tonight, too.
I'll tell you something about Estevanes. We were talking about him. I'll tell you what the conversation was about.
All right. And that's going to be a pass.
Yeah, nothing there.
Yeah, incomplete.
Yep. Number 21 is out there. That is Damian Toscano.
All right, tell us about Estevanes.
So Estevanes is coming off, as you see him, number 31. But we're talking to Coach. He said, is it just me, Coach? Is Estevanes all over the place? He says, that guy, that guy's always around the ball. He says, and I don't know how that happens, Coach Jimenez. He's just always around the ball. He's always there. And, because we were telling him, we're talking, and he said, Estevanes is one of those guys that's always in the middle of everything. And he says, well, he come the bloodline of the Estevanes. If you guys that are listening in Weslaco that have followed Weslaco High football know the Estevanes name of some of his uncles and cousins that have played here at Weslaco High.
All right.
Congratulations to them if they're listening.
3rd down and 15. Running play, and it is going to be good for about 13 yards.
Yep, nice running there by Gabriel Navarro, number 31.
Yeah, he's started too, but he hasn't played for a while.
Yeah, I think, this one of the things, you come in, you come out, and that happens. Big number 99 is in there, Ruben Mireles for the Panthers, coming in and get some play. I've always said we've got to play a little bit more of 99. He's a guy that demands attention in the middle there. Big number 99 to watch him.
Is 99 usually a number for a big guy?
It usually is. It usually can be, and I think this time it is. Look at him. He's always going to have two guys are always going to have to try to block him out of the way when there's a running lane.
They go for it on fourth down. It's going to be close.
Love it.
They got the first down.
Love it. Love to see that. They're able to have these guys come up and
so they stopped him. They didn't get it. What I meant by Weslaco got him, stopped him.
Yeah. Ruben doesn't want to get off the field. He's like, wait a minute, I got to get off. I want to play more, Coach. Come on. Good play. All right. So I wonder. Now we have Castillo in there. The backup quarterback. Yeah.
And it might be a little different with Trevino.
New running back as well.
Okay. What is the over and under of any more passes? Is it like one?
None.
None? Okay.
Sammy Garcia, young sophomore, number 38 out there with Carlos Castillo.
And he's the running back?
Yeah, he's a running back, number 38.
Has he played at all this year?
There he is. Oh, no, it's going to be Castillo.
Okay.
Well, Castillo taking off.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a flag.
Yeah. But I'm saying now that one player
remember we had him.
Is he a running back? The one that came?
Yeah, number 38. That was Sammy Garcia, running back.
Yeah.
So we had him last week play also towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah, so he's in there as well.
All right.
Weslaco showing off their depth at running back.
Yes.
Ah.
So there was a penalty on that play.
And it looks like a hole there.
Yeah. Face mask.
Oh, that's on the defense.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
15-yard penalty on the face mask.
Number 64, Adrian Nino is your new center for Weslaco. Number 70, Emmanuel Garcia is out there as well. So a lot of these guys are up there. Number 73, that is Leon Garza. He's getting some playing time tonight.
Ball inside the 30-yard line. Just want to get this one over now.
Sure.
Another running play. It's going to be good for a few yards.
Number 76, Aiden Galvan on the offensive line. So, a brand new offensive line, brand new running back in there as well. We mentioned Sammy Garcia.
Was that Garcia that ran it?
That was Garcia.
Now we got to say Sammy Garcia or people might get confused. Right?
Yeah, it's Sammy Garcia.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to get some playing time for some of these guys here. That's great.
So they're going to give him, let's see, I guess about 3, maybe 4 actually. So it's going to be second down, under 2 minutes remaining. Again, like we mentioned, no 2-minute stoppage for the clock yet at high school.
Aren't you happy about that?
Yeah. College, yay. NFL, yay. But we probably don't need it in high school.
Yeah.
All right. There is going to be another running play to the left side.
That's Garcia.
Yep.
A couple of yards.
Yeah. Good lateral pursuit that time by the defense.
Josue Arce, number 75 out there as well for the offensive line. You got to get their names out there. Number 43. That is Eduardo Chavez playing the tight end spot. Say, hey, Mom, I was in the game. Yes, mijo, I saw you. That's what they're going to say. I saw you. Number 81 is in there.
Football Fred was nice enough to announce you, so send all cookies to
That's
him.
Right. Diego Tinajero, Macadamia. Diego Tinajero's in there as well, number 81.
He accepts all baked goods.
All sorts of stuff.
All right. All joking aside, that we can laugh like this when you have a big lead.
Yep.
But I will say the Cougars came out there and they gave all they had. Okay?
Yes.
They just third and down again. Not much on that. Fourth down. I will say that I was impressed how they came up back in the third quarter and really showed some life on offense.
Yep.
And so again. That's why their coach has been around 7 years.
Weslaco back to the drawing board, I guess, because they've got to get ready for a big matchup next Friday.
Only one of 2 home games left in the regular season.
Got to enjoy it.
Yeah. So
PSJ High come to town. That's going to be a battle of unbeaten district teams.
Yeah.
Do you smell game of the week? Game of the week?
We'll see in the paper. Was it Monday, I think? So, all right. So, we're going to get the kneel.
Yep.
All right, so that is going to be it, Fred. Again, we know 8 touchdowns rushing tonight. 6 by Frankie Trevino, threw a touchdown. David Garcia had a touchdown run. Just been a great night.
Yep.
And the final will wind up being 55-21. Weslaco 2-0 in district, and they are 5-2 overall, 5 straight wins, and 2-5 now for the Cougars, and 0-2 in district. Any final words?
Congratulations, Panthers. Focus, focus, focus. Big game next week, Panthers.
All right. So, again, we'll just kind of wait for this to finally go out, and Again,
Yeah, 14 seconds. Yeah.
I do want to thank our crew tonight. They've done a great job.
Yeah.
Thank God the weather was a little nicer for them tonight.
I want to thank personally Vinny Berry for ordering beautiful weather this
All right,
evening.
that's good.
Thank you.
Vinny's done a great job, and of course Joseph Hales, glad to have him streaming and producing for us tonight. Always great work by the KWES crew. And just amazing. Frankie Trevino, I said this once before about one of our players and he didn't get it. Guys, he's got to be player of the week. Guys, okay. One more time.
At least.
Okay.
Consider it, would you?
Yeah. So, I mean, all those touchdowns running, that touchdown
Well,
pass.
we're going to interview him, if anything. And look for the highlights coming up on Tuesday.
All right.
If you're a Panther fan, and we'll get Frankie Trevino's thoughts.
All right. So, once again, we are here at Richard R. Flores Stadium in Edinburg. And Weslaco is going to win 55-21. And I tell you what, they got that score off as quick as I've ever seen.
Let's go.
All right. So we hope everybody has a great and safe weekend. We will join you next Friday night from Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field, 7:30. We'll have all the play-by-play action. Football Fred, a pleasure as always. I'm Scott Harrison. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Thanks for watching on YouTube via KWES, and we'll talk to you next Friday. Good night, everybody.